Hey guys, this week's sponsor, Squarespace, makes it easy to turn your ideas into new and unique websites. You can showcase your work, blog, or publish content, even sell products and services of all kinds in just a few clicks. You can customize everything from the look and feel to settings and products using beautiful templates created by world-class designers. And there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever in your life. So head to squarespace.com/READ for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. Go get your life and make something dope. Let's move on.
Hey, y'all. Today's episode is also brought to you by Talkspace. Talkspace, of course, is the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time with no commute. Thank you so much to everybody who let me know I was saying that word wrong. No leaving the office, no squeezing in an appointment during your lunch hour, and no judgments. With Talkspace, therapy is as easy as sending your therapist a message. So match with your perfect therapist today for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy by going to Talkspace.com/read for a special offer on Talkspace today. Talkspace. It's therapy for how we live. Hit them up and let's move on.
This week's episode is also being brought to you by Amazon Music, the simplest way to listen to music that you love. Play millions of songs and thousands of curated playlists across all of your devices, including iOS, Android, and voice-enabled Echo. For a free 30-day trial for new customers, go to AmazonMusic.com. Now let's start the show. Forgive me, Rose, but I haven't had sex in 15 years and it's starting to get on my nerves.
I know this scene, so it's definitely Sophia.
I really just gravitated towards that quote because, girl, same. Like, my God, I haven't been touched all 2018 and it's really starting to agitate me. I'm going to do a different one.
Okay.
You know, my family had a few dollars and I loved them dearly, but basically when you get down to it, they were trash. I fucked that up.
It was Blanche, though, right?
Yes, it was Blanche.
Because she was the only one who came from money.
Yeah, she was. Her whole family was rich.
Right. Dorothy grew up in Brooklyn, and
she was telling a story about how one of her homegirls slept with her daddy.
What?
Yeah, Kathy Lee. I don't remember the full story, but basically her mom didn't want her to be friends with Kathy Lee because they...
Well, that is disgusting.
Came from a different family or something. Anyway,
they poor or something?
No, they weren't poor, but they were... on the other side of the Confederacy? I don't know.
All right. A mess.
Trivia question. Okay. There was an episode where Sophia got a letter in the mail that had an item in it that symbolized a vendetta that her family had against, I think they were called the Venuccio family. Mm. And it freaked her out in the beginning of the episode. And eventually she told everyone that, like, this was a symbol. It means that Sonny Venuccio is alive and I have to go take care of him. So what was it that was in the envelope? Because everything from Sicily means something.
Damn it. I remember this, but I do not remember the item. And for some reason, everything to do with Sophia, I automatically think spaghetti or like sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Oh, was that a comb?
No, it wasn't.
Damn.
It was a black feather.
Oh, what? Okay, yeah, I was never going to guess that.
It was a black feather and freaked her the shit out. And...
did it really come from that family, or was it like somebody?
I guess it came from her family as a way to say, like, she says she had to go and find this person that they had the vendetta against and take care of them. And eventually I think she went and slept with them or some dumb shit at the end.
Nice.
But, yeah, Golden Girls trivia. I think that from now on, like maybe for the next few weeks, you should ask me Golden Girls questions.
You know what? That is a good idea.
Because, I mean, what is the point if me, the self-proclaimed Golden Girls aficionado, is not being tested?
Exactly.
Like, I can answer all these damn questions.
You are never being quizzed. That's a good idea. Or maybe I'll ask you the Office questions or Steven Universe questions.
Let's go with the Golden Girls. Let's go with the Golden Girls.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'll do that, though. I can do that.
Welcome back, everyone. I am... I've just had my eyes closed for so long. I don't even have...
Well, I'm Stacey Abrams.
Okay, that's
Bad
a good
bitch.
choice.
Groundbreaker.
You know what? I will be Alexis Olympia.
Okay.
And I'll say why once I get into my Black excellence in a second.
Yes.
So
Mr.
welcome
Junior.
back. We're back. All things back. Black excellence. First, foremost, there's a man in Cincinnati, Ohio, 24 years of age. His name is Daryl Landon Kelly. And he made all kinds of news outlets recently because he received an MBA from Xavier University's Williams College of Business and a law degree from the University of Cincinnati College of Law on the same damn day.
Well, damn.
He had to go and get one diploma and then rush over to the other school
graduation.
and get the other one.
Did they at least coordinate for him so that he could make both
I
of them?
doubt it. But the point is...
Wow, concurrent enrollment ass. How you just go to all that school at once? Wait, so he got an MBA and a law degree on the same day?
The same fucking day. I don't even know how you do
People
that.
in law school, they tell you to not even have a job. Don't have a
Right.
job, don't have kids, don't have a dog. How? Wow.
His mom, Lisa, says, I was born to 5 generations of love and I passed that on to them. If he's tall, it's because he's standing on tall shoulders. He's big because of the village, because of the friendships. He grew up with love. Yes, Lisa Giving, I made that.
That's really beautiful.
Yes, we all put this all together.
That is so beautiful, but it's something other than love, sis.
Yeah.
A lot of us have been loved and still cannot even begin to crack.
I don't even know if it's just discipline. Honestly, Daryl might have superhuman powers.
Right. No, seriously, because I've never heard of anybody getting a law degree and a master's at the same time.
I love that I can actually bring this up. You remember how in Harry Potter, Hermione had the little thing that she used to go to a ton of classes?
Oh, yeah.
Little
her
thing that
little
turned,
rewinder thing.
Yeah, that turned back time. And everybody was like, bitch, did you just get here?
Yes.
You were not sitting there just a second ago. She would rewind time.
She was never around. She was always tired.
So she could go and take extra classes.
Right. Yo.
This nigga's
He has one.
Yeah, he's a wizard.
He has two. Because there's just no way you get an MBA and a law degree at the same. That's superhuman. Wow.
That nigga got his owl in the mail or whatever and just said, I'm going to go to a regular school.
Was it Daryl?
Daryl Landon Kelly, 24 years old.
Wow.
Congratulations to you for all of your shining achievements, young sir. Not only did you do way better than I could have ever laughed
dreamt,
at doing
right.
in school.
This is the child my mama wanted.
Hello?
This is the child she deserved instead of me.
I would have done this and my parents would have been satisfactory. We'll take it. Also in Black excellence, so let me just say this about the royal wedding. I don't know who got on my nerves more. Those of y'all who are out here posting every frame of every moment of that fucking wedding and calling it a fairy tale wedding. Sis, it wasn't a fairy tale wedding. It was an expensive wedding. It was a rich wedding. Fairy tale wedding is when that blue convertible that he drove off in, if that shit was a pumpkin originally, and that bitch had 3 tiny white women with wings making her dress as she was walking down the aisle, that would have been from some fairy tale shit. This was your rich nigga wedding. There's a difference.
It was a nice car, though. It was a pretty car. That would be
It was a lovely car.
Right.
Lovely wedding.
I didn't even watch it. I've only seen the pictures of her on Instagram.
You want to know when I found out it was their wedding day? When I woke up and it was over. I did not...
Right, because who the fuck was going to be up at 4 a.m. America time to look at that? No, girl.
Bitch, I honestly woke up and got on Instagram eventually and saw all of these pictures and all of the stuff, and it was playing over and over and over on loop on TV and shit. I'm like, oh, they got married today. Oh, that's lovely. And then I went on about my day.
Yeah. Shout out to Meghan Markle's mama for being truly beautiful.
We're getting there.
Okay.
Y'all got on my nerves. On the flip side, you niggas who were like, oh, fuck the royal wedding because the real shit that's going on in life right now, we need to be talking about that. And black people this and da-da-da-da-da and fuck the royal wedding because blah, blah. Okay, sure.
Right.
But let me just remind y'all that Harry was still gonna get married. You can continue the conversation of black injustice and the Santa Fe high shooting and Flint still not having clean water. You can talk about all these things. You can just keep talking about that. You being salty and throwing shade at this, they were still gonna get married. And the world was still gonna suck at the same time. And whether he was marrying a black woman, a white woman, a green woman, it was still going to be highly publicized, nonstop coverage. It just so happens that a lot of niggas seem to care.
Right.
Because Meghan Markle.
Because the princess is half black, right? Or the Duchess. And yeah, hell yeah, we care. When will we ever see that? Who ever thought they would see something like that in the royal family? So, and niggas deserve joy. Like, let people have their joy wherever they get it.
I don't understand.
Times are too hard. This country is a mess. The world is fucking garbage. Let people find their joy where they get it.
Now, I just can't bring myself to give Meghan a black excellence. Like, I see that that's sickening and good for you and you got married, and I hope that they stay together forever.
It's not really excellent to get married.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you have lots of little babies and they all, do amazing philanthropic things together across the globe.
Right.
For me, the black excellence is going to go to her mama.
Amen.
For being up in that castle.
Beautiful.
With them dreads.
She's so gorgeous.
Just divine.
I could not believe it. I was like, yo, look at this lady. I see where Meghan looking at her, I'm like, oh, I see Meghan's face all in this woman's face. But she was just so beautiful, so regal. And
kept that nose ring in.
So, okay. Like, I'm not taking nothing out. No. I'm coming over here with my fully black ass self. And if Meghan Markle was going to be black excellence, it would be because she is like very much, I'm marrying into this family or whatever, but your bitch is still a feminist, very proud woman, gonna be out here campaigning for the things I care about and talking about the issues that matter to me. Like, that is excellent. Getting married in and of itself is not a feat of excellence. But
have fun with it.
Her mama, oh, I just loved it so much.
I loved it. I'm gonna give Bishop Michael Curry black excellence for his rousing sermon, as well as making all of those white aristocrats very uncomfortable. Yes. I mean, they were just looking at each other like, is he really a pastor? Did somebody just let a crazy person in? Like, they
never would have thought the royals would have had a wedding that black. Now, that was another thing. I thought Meghan was going to play by their rules, but she was like, absolutely the fuck not.
No, thanks.
I sure won't.
We won't.
Gonna make it actually extra black. Hope everyone's ready to be uncomfortable.
Yes, the choir was also amazing and blackety black. And, I just feel like shout out to Alexis. That's how you do it. You come in before even a year and you're sitting in front of Queen Elizabeth like, what is tea? Like, you know what I mean? Here I am.
Is it in the back? Can your girl have a crumpet?
Welcome. Welcome me. Welcome you.
Welcome you. Mm-hmm.
And I just stand. Like, wholeheartedly. Yes, Serena is everything. Yes, Serena also was there. But just having that is how the fuck you do it, Alexis.
It is. And Serena stands for her baby, too.
I mean,
Serena can't go more than 20 minutes on Instagram without being like, I'm obsessed with my baby. Somebody help me. Like,
and we're all like, same.
Right.
Don't ever stop posting her.
I got on Instagram and I saw Serena being like, getting ready for my friend's wedding. And I was like, oh, how nice. She's going to her friend's wedding. And then like 12 hours later, I realized where she was. I was like, wait a minute, this bitch.
Oh, you mean that
I think
wedding.
she and Meghan Markle grew up together, or they were friends when they were kids or something. I'm like, of course y'all did.
Right.
So it was just, that baby is just, God, she is so cute. She's just so precious.
I can't get enough of her.
Oh my God. And John Legend named his baby Miles. You know, Chrissy Teigen had their baby.
Yeah.
And then his name is Miles, like Miles Davis. Just like Luna's middle name is Luna's middle name is Simone, after Nina Simone. And I think he said they're gonna name all their kids after black musicians. And I was like,
oh, so they plan to keep going.
Yeah, no, I think they do. But
I mean, I'd be looking at children and be like, oh, you had one. That wasn't enough.
No, would you actually wanted to do it again?
You did it again.
Yeah. So congratulations to them.
On top of all of the things that it does to your body, but we won't even.
No, she'll be fine. But
they love to do it.
It's just
People
a beautiful thing, you know.
Pop out kids.
Yeah, and everybody's happy.
Even though it's a bloodbath.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it, God, because I think I've decided that I'm going to get pregnant probably November or December of 2020. I think so.
You have scheduled
your
pregnancy?
Yeah, I have. Because
I mean, you're probably a lot of people do that.
Hopefully Donald Trump won't be in office by that point. Hopefully he'll be impeached and removed from office by then. But if he is, hopefully he will be on his way out and will not win re-election.
All we can do is pray.
Right. All we can do is hope. So that's a big determining factor. Also, I would like to have a Virgo, which is why the planning is... again, around that time of year. Like, I'm being pretty strategic about it. And I think in a couple years, 2.5 years, I should have my shit together enough to have a baby. So, you know, I'm happy for anybody who is having kids on purpose and is happy about it. You know, like, it's love and it's beautiful.
All right, so folks, let's move on into whatever is about to happen in a section we call Hot Bottoms in the Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
Get it? Because we...
Yes, because y'all starve yourselves all day.
Where to begin? Oh my God.
I feel like there's probably a lot. There's probably a lot over there that we have not.
Yeah, but then there's like, do I care? Like,
Well, I mean, so we don't care about a lot of things.
That's
but like,
true.
The things that we can manage to scrounge up like a little bit of give a fuck about.
All right, so let's start with something that's sort of positive, and we also kind of touched on this when it was simply a rumor, but it seems Barack and Michelle, my royal
Mom and
wedding,
Dad, right?
They have officially signed a deal with Netflix, a production deal that means that they could be creating scripted content,
Anything, really.
non-scripted content, documentaries, and things of that nature for Netflix. And honestly, I hope that they just have like their own. You know, like I would watch
their own network.
Yes, I really want to just have years and years of programming from them, and I cannot wait to see Michelle Obama's show. Like, I need for Michelle to be like the center of one of these shows. I don't know if it's going to be like a Jada Red Table Talk, which I'm loving, by the way.
Nice. Yeah, that was a great idea.
Or, you know, maybe it'll be more of a docuseries where she's going out into the country and showing you how trash it is from like a more hands-on perspective. I don't know what Michelle Obama could like...
It could be her sitting on a stage for 15 minutes just giving me words of wisdom.
Cobbler recipes.
Right.
I don't care,
I would
honestly.
take it. Right. I would watch it. So I'm very excited to see what the two of them do with this because it looks like Netflix is basically just like, here's a whole lot of fucking money. Make whatever you want to.
I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure.
And Sasha and Malia may be involved. We'll see if they want to try their hand at things or if they want to get involved in production.
Sasha and Malia are probably like, keep every camera.
Personally, I'm so glad your little presidency is over. It was a drag. 1 out of 10 would not recommend. So like, leave me alone. Malia's like, bitch, I just want to smoke weed with my white friends in peace. Like, I just want to... Why can't I be left alone?
And Sasha's out here hanging out with rappers, being young.
Is she?
Yeah. I don't remember which rapper it was. Somebody showed me a picture of her hanging with, I don't know. I couldn't tell you the name of these children anymore. I think it was somebody I recognized. But the point is they're being young ladies. So having a good time.
Probably don't want to be involved. But anything... The thing about Barack and Michelle Obama, like, there's certainly criticisms to be made about, like, President Obama's presidency and maybe some of the decisions he made. But you look at him next to this motherfucking office right now, and he's like Black Jesus.
I mean, honestly, you could probably put, like, Nixon next to this. God
damn, you probably could.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, such trash.
That is a shame.
It really is. And I feel like this is going to end even worse than that, but we don't have to get into it. I'm just very happy for the Obamas. Anything they decide to do, I'm here for it.
Gayle King let it slip on CBS this morning that Oprah has gotten high.
Well, who didn't know that?
She says that Gayle said she herself has never smoked weed, which, Gayle,
girl,
come to the fun side, sis.
Really? In all your years, sis? Why not?
I don't know. Maybe she's just against it. Some of the girls don't like to experiment, you know? I was like that one day, you know, when I was in my... I was a fresh, like, 19, 20. Like, I will not be smoking the reefer things.
Okay. Yeah, I used to be kind of conservative, but I grew up in Oklahoma, so that was just me being a product of my environment. But
weed was always around me.
Once you really get high... See, I was never even around it. I didn't know anybody who smoked weed. Not in college, even, did anybody smoke weed.
I was offered weed in, like, high school.
See, no, I did, but I was a square in high school, so...
Me too.
So I didn't even have the opportunity. But the first time I really got high, I was like, oh, bitch, this is everything.
Yeah.
And I know Oprah got her own greenhouse out there with her own different organic, you know, fresh manure-fed strains of different...
Absolutely.
Bitch, I would absolutely smoke Oprah's weed. That shit is so sticky.
Imported weed.
I need it. I need it, actually. I need Oprah's own, because I know it's somewhere in one of her orchards.
Well, Gail said Oprah has smoked a little marijuana. I don't mind saying that. I'm not telling tales out of school. It's not something that happens on a regular.
Oh, that is such an elder woman thing to say. I'm not telling tales outside of school.
I know.
I love it so much.
I'm just thinking, because, the other day, Snoop Dogg was on The Breakfast Club and told a story about smoking, I guess, around Oprah, like he was at a party or something. And I think it was Charlamagne who asked if he's ever smoked with Oprah. And at the time, I thought it was like halfway a really random thing to ask. And on the other hand, I'm just like, please answer this question. Right. I need to know if you have. And Snoop has probably smoked with everyone at this point. Right. He has a show with fucking Martha Stewart where they cook. Martha is high off of her puss.
I can't deal with that.
On set every time they do that.
I can't.
But yeah, I mean,
I feel like Oprah is bougie though. Like she probably don't share blunts. I feel like she's like
probably don't have to.
I don't puff pass. Hope you brought your own. Hope you have your own bowl and things because I don't share.
Oprah smokes with her closest homies besides Gail, I guess, because Gail is too saved for that. And I feel like everyone in the circle gets a blunt. And each bun is the size of this microphone. Like
hell yes. Oh, and it's rolled in keef too.
I feel like it's
extra as fuck.
Maybe a holiday thing for her. Oprah smokes on her birthday.
Or maybe like Oprah and Michelle Obama and Beyonce.
Yes.
Be like, let's just have our badass black women, biannual meeting.
Because Barack definitely gets high. So on occasion...
Well, he openly admitted. He was like, bitch, I smoked weed all through college. What's up?
Throughout their relationship, Michelle has caught a couple of contacts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at this point in her life and after this whole presidency, Michelle is like...
Bitch, I'm lighting up.
Call me on your birthday. Oh, I'm coming over. Light it up.
I would love that.
Love to hear a story that is never going to happen, but are never going to be told, of Beyonce and Oprah and Michelle Obama sitting around in a circle on pillows or whatever, out on the lanai.
Weren't they all at somebody's birthday party? Or maybe that was just Beyonce and Michelle Obama were at somebody's house. Like, I feel like they kick it.
I know they hang out on a regular basis.
That's going to be Michelle's Netflix show. Like,
probably.
Come smoke a doobie or whatever she's going to call it.
Me and my bee.
With Michelle Obama. She just invites different people to come smoke with her and have a conversation.
I would love if Michelle Obama had a series that was just her and her black, powerful homegirls being black and powerful and regular. And like, drinking like fancy teas from Africa and getting high and like talking about how white people ain't shit, like unfiltered.
Oh, see, that's not gonna happen.
It's not.
I wish it would though. It sounds great. I would love to see her smoke. Or
talking about like
with her friends.
Specific white politicians not being shit. That's got to be fair game.
I feel like she wants to drag the Trump administration and she does it, but she does it in a like. And not a roundabout way, but she's never like directly being like, yo, who is this piece of shit? Get this motherfucker out of office. Like she's never just like, oh, fuck this nigga. Like she's diplomatic about it.
That's what I'm saying though. I wanted in their like classy, supreme shade way.
Okay. I see it.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like I don't want her to be on there like, fuck these honkies. I don't see Michelle doing that.
I would live though. Nigga. That would be a gift so fast.
I would be beside myself. I would honestly blow it up and frame it.
I cannot. Ooh-wee.
But I would love, honestly, any outlet of Michelle Obama just being awesome and black and being able to express herself in a way that is not bound by the chains of the presidency and expectations and all of that. And honestly, if you're producing your own shit on Netflix and you fucking Michelle Obama, like where else is the play? You either gonna do it or you not. Like if she's not, she's just like, I'm just not about that. I don't care about them. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah, I don't think she would. I think she's too diplomatic for all that. She's not gonna be messy in the way we want her to. No, she's too good for
She's
that,
just above it.
Right.
And hopefully we can only aspire to get to the black level of just like class and integrity and all of the things that she has, because I'm going to be fuck these people for life.
Okay.
I just feel like that's going to
like just blatantly straight like that. I don't think I'll ever be able to say it in a classy way.
I don't.
No.
I don't have the tools.
I don't. I just am simply not capable. So.
But if I can even just get like like a landscape portrait of the three of them sharing like a blunt or anything.
I would die.
Somebody just paint it for me. I don't even know if that's legal, but like I'll take like
digital
a painting,
art. Yeah,
anything.
Somebody just Photoshop it together real
It's
quick.
just things of my dreams. It's the little things.
Well, Gail needs to roll up. I don't know what she's waiting on.
I mean, you could vape. Gail could
girl,
start small.
Call me Gail. I got like 7 different ways to get high in my house right now. I can help you out, sis. You ain't got to smoke if you don't want to.
Gail wore 18 hats to the royal wedding. Or like to,
Did
as
she
a
really?
correspondent. She kept, not hats, but those like fascinators or whatever fancy things that they put in their hair or whatever, or on a hat. She just kept changing them. Like she was hosting an award show. I love Gail.
I saw Oprah, but I didn't see. I guess Gail was probably working.
She was like a correspondent.
Nice.
Gail probably makes like a fire ginger snap or some other form of a cookie.
Cookie?
I don't know where that came to mind for me, but she just looks like she can bake.
Gail, please confirm.
Chance the Rapper made waves when he said, was it Dillard University? He was giving a commencement speech for Dillard University, who awarded him an honorary doctorate.
What?
Y'all still do this?
Honorary? Wait, I mean, but like Angela Bassett just got an honorary doctorate. Like that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I mean, Angela Bassett has given a lot to the culture for years before
Isn't Chance the Rapper like 23 years old?
Maybe.
What the hell? Okay, sure.
Where is Dillard University?
It's in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, maybe it's in Chicago. I don't know.
Nope. Right. So I'm even more confused. Like, I don't get why he was granted this, but it's fine.
During the commencement speech, she said Beyonce's Coachella performance was better than any performance Michael Jackson ever did. I'm going to come clean. I didn't watch the whole commencement speech, so I don't even know how the fuck we got to that.
This nigga's shaking the table.
I just watched that clip on, I don't know, like my Explore page on Instagram is so petty and gay. It's like nothing but RuPaul Drag Race clips and then like reality TV fights.
I don't even go on the Explore page. I just feel like it's not even for me.
But I go there to like search for things sometimes. Like to go and like search for a page or whatever. And so I feel like when I go to search, it's just there. And something will catch my attention. It's usually somebody fighting somebody.
Okay.
And somehow I saw that, ooh, she shaking the table clip. That was such a long time ago.
Man.
K. Michelle's butt is healing, I heard. So that's nice. God bless her.
Gross. Good for her, though. Finally admitted that it was fake and got it removed. Good for you.
Better than any Michael Jackson performance.
So here's the thing.
Michael Jackson has just had so many and iconic ones.
Right. And there is no Beyonce without Michael Jackson.
Also,
but on the other hand, Beachella is everything. And I've watched
really
it
is.
59,000 times.
Same.
I cannot stop listening to the album. We watched it every day in Miami. Oh, I mean, as
the
far as I'm
unofficial.
concerned,
I mean, it
Beachella
is right.
An album.
Sure.
It's an album in my phone.
I have it.
Right. So
actually, I need to like at least 10 people hit me up. So do you have that link? I don't. I don't have a link.
No, I actually have no. The link I used has been taken down.
Oh, I don't even know how I got it, to be honest with you.
So I don't even think it's a conversation that needs to be had.
It just doesn't.
Like, I think Beyonce and Michael Jackson can coexist as like two fucking amazing entertainers, superstars who just blew everything wide the fuck open.
I think I've said before, I don't think that there is a fair comparison between the two of them. Not only because there is no Beyonce without Michael Jackson, like you said, but they're just two,
it's two different eras of music. Everything is different. Michael Jackson was pre-internet.
I think the only thing that you can really compare between the two of them, I feel like, is like level of fame and influence. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like Beyonce is the biggest performing artist on the planet.
Right.
There's just no conversation,
right.
no debate. That's just it is what it is.
Right.
And for like the bulk of Michael Jackson's career, you could say the very same thing.
Right. And when his concerts and shit was on HBO, Child, the way people fell the fuck out at the thought of Michael Jackson coming on stage. Like, he would come out, I don't remember which show it was, but he had on that gold leotard. Mm-hmm. And he walked out on stage and like 50 people in the front row just collapsed. Like,
I remember being a kid and watching those concerts and stuff on the HBOs and stuff. Like, that was an event. Like, people came over because my daddy had HBO.
Okay, and we taped it.
Like, it was right.
We would order it. We would order that concert because, of course, we're not paying for cable on a regular basis. But my daddy would go get a blank VHS tape and record it. Because if I'm paying for it, we're going to watch it multiple times.
Or you just put a little piece of tape over one of them other ones.
But he ain't going to do that. He ain't going to tape over his Star Trek.
Right. And I remember being this little tiny tot. It was an event.
Yeah, it really was.
Watching these women fall out and men falling out, and I'm just like, I honestly like. Okay, so Thriller also like had already sort of fucked me up.
Oh yeah, I was very scared. I was very scared.
So Michael Jackson like sort of frightened me, and then like people just falling out. I remember not having like a concept or an understanding of like fandom in that way. Mm-hmm. So like people literally like bawling and falling out. And I remember this one concert, and I'm sure one of y'all can link it. I'm sure it's on YouTube, of a woman, I want to say she was a white woman, who ran on stage and like security grabbed her and threw her over their shoulder. I'm just like, who is this nigga? Like,
that's how people acted.
I was like minds blown. I knew that the music was great. I knew about the Jackson 5 and stuff, but I just remember being like really, really like confused and a little like taken aback by the like magnitude of his celebrity as a kid. Obviously, then I got into my own standing as I got older, and now I get it because Beyonce.
Right.
And even Michael. Right. And, himself.
I absolutely stand for Michael and Janet.
And
very
Jeanette.
hard. Very hard. So I don't even want to do a Michael Jackson was this and Beyonce's Beachella was better than anything Michael ever did, because I just don't think there's any point in that.
It's just, no.
But I understand where you're coming from, Chance. The stand jumped out.
It did. Jumped a little too high, maybe a little too far.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why was Dillard University the place for that comment? What did that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
I
need the transcript because I don't even know how we got into that. But I was just like, I'm not
mad at it. I wouldn't say it. I would not say that.
That would have never came out of my mouth.
I would have never said that, but I'm not mad at it either.
I'm going to let you have that chance.
I'm going to just let you have. I'm not going to argue with you about it, but make sure you put some respect on Michael Jackson's name. Make sure you do that.
Like, girl, like, I honestly don't even feel. I know Beyonce wouldn't agree with it.
Beyonce would never.
Beyonce wouldn't. No. Beyonce was like, oh, Chance. Like,
she'd be like, you are so stupid. I am not.
The same face that she made when she rested her head on his shoulder when he was doing that interview at the Grammys or wherever. He freaked out. He had like a flashback to that time or whatever.
He thought about what it felt like for her cheek to be touching his shoulder, and he got emotional. He got overwhelmed.
Or maybe he just, is coming off of the heels of that Kanye standing and said, let me just stand for somebody that everybody loves.
He was like, what can I say to make sure black people know that I am definitely on our side?
Just stand for Beyonce. Who is
it? I can always stand for Beyonce. I mean, and that's fine as well, Chance. I don't need to compare two legendary artists like that, but you do whatever feels good to you.
Speaking of Beyonce in New Orleans, you heard they talking about she bought a church out there.
I did hear that. Did she really?
I don't know if it's true. Like, Beyonce could have just been... Somebody could have just heard Beyonce writing down in her expensive car that Blue Ivy bought, look at that church and be like, oh, that's cute. And then next thing you know...
I'll take that. Yeah.
Oh, Beyonce bought a church. I mean, I really don't know what to believe at this point, but they're saying like real estate folks were the ones who started this rumor. Beyonce could have looked at the church and been like, you know what? This would make like a nice video for Heaven too. I'll just buy
something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? I just wait for her to be like, here.
Right. It's hard for me to get gassed up over Beyonce rumors because there are too many of them. There's always something coming out about her. So I just wait for it to be on Beyonce.com or on her Instagram or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, now it's real.
I think that they're getting ready to ship that merch.
Oh, yeah. When did... Hold on.
Because I feel if the pop-up's not already over, which I think it is.
I think it was at the end of this month that it was over. I don't know. The stuff got to be shipping fairly soon.
I'm so excited to wear this shit to every brunch and get on y'all nerves.
Y'all are going to be so tired of me in my Nefertiti hoodies, both of them.
I wish you would have sold berets.
Oh, yeah. See, it's saying now if you go on shop.beyonce, it's saying this item will ship in 7 to 10 business days. So it probably is coming soon. Oh, bitch. And the varsity jacket, too. Oh, my God. It's going to be too hot for all that shit.
It really is.
And I don't care.
I don't.
I'm going to hang it right up and just wait for the day that the temperature drop back down to 60 so I can be like, oh, no, fuck you, hoes. Wait a minute. Okay, no, never mind. I thought it was something on here I didn't have already.
Same.
I was about to be like, no.
Absolutely been like, wait, what is... Oh, no, I didn't buy that.
Okay, I did get that. All right.
Let's see. Is there anything else that is like, no?
Anything else that we like really like?
Oh, no. So...
Okay.
Amber Rose, for whatever reason, the other day posted like some long-ass Instagram haiku about... Well, I guess a haiku can't really be long.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Sonnet.
A sonnet. Thank you.
I like it.
Dedicated to her love for 21 of the Savages.
What? I thought they broke up.
They did.
What? So then what is she doing?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. Sis.
I love this man so much. I know the internet portrays me to be... I can't do a Philly accent or wherever the fuck she's from, so I'm going to do whatever.
Oh, I don't even know what a Philly accent sounds like.
Amber Rose.
Okay, so now I'm really trying to think about her like natural speaking voice, and I've only ever heard like...
I'm sorry to Philly. I'm probably wrong.
I've only ever heard like kind of slightly hood radish, kind of a little bit out of her, but not... I don't...
Well, she's...
Okay. Maybe that is the Philly accent.
Like, I don't know. Somebody from Philly or somebody's going to be like, that bitch is not even from Philly. She
from
is
the suburbs.
from North Philadelphia, from Bodega Heights. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, whatever. I know the internet portrays me to be some heartless person. Or they feel like I am incapable of love. But I love him so hard.
Who thought you were incapable of love?
He is not only one of the most talented people I have ever met, but he is so real, humble, and smart as hell. I was just listening to 21 Savage verse earlier today when I was working out, and one of the lines that stood out to me is, bitch, I lie and cheat, it's in my blood. And I was like, oh.
Nice.
I could see
I love when niggas
too.
just tell the truth.
Why not?
I love it.
You know?
I love it so much. Like, cut the shit.
Be honest.
Just let me know what's really up.
All I can ask.
It's really, that's it. It's the bare fucking minimum, but it's so hard.
I do not care who you see me in a picture with or who the internet associates me with, because the internet is fake AF. I'm not saying it's fuck. And they pull stories out their asses for clickbait.
True.
It's the price of fame, I guess, but it's not real life, because in real life, Shaya is my...
See.
What is 21 Savage's real name, Jesus?
Oh, is it Shay?
Please.
Is it Shea?
Shaya bin Abraham Joseph. Or Shaya. Probably Shaya.
Oh, it probably is Shia.
But it's spelled S-H-A-Y.
This looks like a Muslim name.
A-A. It does. Maybe it is. I don't know nothing about 21 Savage.
Oh, me either. Okay, so I just don't understand. Was that her whole iOS press release?
No, but I'm just not going to read the rest of it.
Okay.
It doesn't get any better.
So why is she doing all this for her ex-boyfriend? That's my only question.
Maybe she wants that love back. I really, I don't know anything about 21 Savage, and I'm not going to begin to act like I do. Maybe 21 Savage was just the bee's knees and ankles to that bitch, and
all I know is it's a knife.
Like, that is like the extent of
and
my...
he got all you niggas saying Issa. That's it. That's all I know.
Well, 21 Savage posted a photograph on Instagram shortly thereafter, with a large Louis Vuitton bag photobombing it, and the caption says, "You cross me once, it's fuck you for life." Amber Rose, not long after, deleted her original post.
What?
So I guess that was his way of saying, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I saw a rumor that she might have cheated on him with like one of his friends or something like that, but there was no evidence on that being true or whatever, so right. I'm not going to act like it is.
mean, I'm certain he cheats as well, so that can't be a problem.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
He just said he lies and cheats, so I don't...
It's in his blood.
Right.
Like, he's not only said that he lies and cheats, but it's almost as if, he's incapable of of not lying and cheating.
Imagine being a grown-ass woman doing all of this for a 25-year-old boy on Instagram.
Because how old is Amber Rose again?
Even 34. Oh, this is sad, Amber. I don't know where you got this incapable of love thing. I've never heard anybody say that about you before, but what you sound like is like incapable of making a smart decision.
What do y'all be? I know that y'all say like wild things in people's comments and stuff, and like these famous people, like famous like shade room populated girls. Like I can only imagine what the fuck it is that y'all be saying.
Maybe that's it. But I would think somebody as famous as Amber Rose would have been stopped reading the comments a long time ago.
No, they live and breathe them comics, and honestly, I don't really understand why.
Hell no.
But I would like to think that Amber Rose, at least having been this famous for so long, would get to a point where it's just kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with it. Like y'all can honestly eat me. You know, like
that's what I would have thought. Especially the shade room. Why would you? The shade room ain't nice to nobody.
I'm not talking about the shade room like specifically. I'm just saying like the people who are like on the shade room often or in comments,
who constantly get featured
on there often.
Post,
you know what I'm saying? Or like reply to shit. Like those girls, the gossip blog girls. Like I'm not a stranger to the way that y'all be in their comments acting crazy and saying shit that don't make no fucking sense. What I'm saying is Amber Rose is still a 34-year-old woman and a mom and has money and is gorgeous. And I just would think that...
I'm so confused.
Outside of you being in alleged love for this young man that you had to introduce vegetables to, I just don't even like, why are you even telling us? Like, are you trying to like proclaim your love for him or
why would we care?
Like,
why would we give one single fuck about this? Why? Who gives a shit? I don't understand that.
This is why like 12-year-old, 13-year-old kids like live and breathe and they feel like their worth is dependent on their social media activity. If that sentence makes sense.
I just pulled up her Instagram and she's selling flat tummy tea, so I have to click right off of that.
I mean, that couldn't be shocking.
That is a mess. No, I'm sorry.
Amber should own flat tummy tea.
Anybody who sells that shit needs to be ashamed of themselves. That shit is garbage. It's just trash. It's a diuretic, girl. What are you doing?
That's all that it is.
And you do not think Amber Rose has that body because she drinks these fucking protein shakes. Like, this bitch, she has to keep a specific diet and work out on a regular basis. Do not think that this fucking... You know what? No, I'm just clicking off of this because it's going to make me mad. And I just saw her baby with Taylor Swift, so I'm really finna click off.
Honestly, Taylor Swift should take Sebastian on the road. Because I have never felt warmness towards anything Taylor Swift related, except for when Sebastian is involved. I loved the video of him getting that gift from her and being like excited, but not like thrilled. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, "Oh, this is so cool." But then his mom is recording him, so it's kind of like, am I supposed to act more excited than like he was just kind of like
an appropriate response? Or
yes, I like her, but I'm not gonna do a backflip. Like, calm down, turn the phone off. But then when he met her and everything, like Sebastian is just I just stand for him.
I do, I see that. I think Taylor Swift must have called all the black mamas because Viola Davis took her baby to the concert too.
I saw that too.
I was on Instagram
and she got her life.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this happen because first of all, I love Viola Davis and she literally can do no wrong, and also the babies just like Taylor's bops, they just do, and I'm gonna let the babies.
And that's fair,
right? It is fair, but I'll be damned if Taylor not doing this on purpose. Like, I very much believe that Taylor is like...
Taylor Swift is a machine.
Take all the pictures with me and your black children. Please do. Like, she's looking for that redemption.
Taylor Swift is a company. She's a team. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no dummies over here. Nope. Except for whoever allowed her to make that Earth, Wind and Fire cover, which I still have not heard.
What a wreck. I won't do that. I won't do that. I heard the co-creator drag the fuck out of her.
I heard something too, but I didn't see that. Either way, I don't really have like a fiery hatred for Taylor Swift. Like it's mostly indifference. Not anymore, I mean.
I was
like,
about to say, what?
I don't like just seethe every time I hear Taylor Swift's name. The stuff that infuriates me is like when her people sent that writer a cease and desist when she wrote that. You remember when she wrote that article like, hey,
right.
Taylor, the KKK stands for
shit,
you.
right.
And you should probably tell them to fuck off.
And she was like,
And they were like, no, girl, take this down or we'll sue you. Like, shit like that is what annoys the fuck out of me about Taylor Swift. Not her making songs I don't care about or doing whatever to piss Kanye West off.
So the co-writer of September said, I didn't really think she did a horrible job. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I felt it was as lethargic as a drunk turtle dozing under a sunflower.
I did hear that.
After ingesting a bottle of Valium. And I thought it had all the build of a one-story motel. But, I mean, the girl didn't kill anybody. She didn't run over your foot. She just cut a very calm and somewhat boring take of one of the peppiest, happiest, most popular songs in history. Damn!
That was almost worse than saying I fucking hated it.
Oh, God, I love that. I'm not going to say it's horrible. I'm just going to say I would have rather done anything else but listen to this. Wow. I feel fulfilled. That's a great statement.
That's better than anything I could have said. Like,
I mean,
honestly.
because the co-writer of the song said
of the song.
Who you gonna argue with? You cannot argue with that. So
Like,
this is why people want us to do a video podcast, because of the fucking faces you make.
Oh my God. I did. You know what? I saw like that quote somewhere on Twitter. And it made me chuckle, but I scrolled past it like, y'all made this shit up. Like, this must be The Onion or one of these. Like nobody said that. It was just too good to be true to me.
No, it is real.
Wow.
Yes, amen.
What a description. A drunk, what was it?
Whew,
a drunk turtle?
I felt it was as lethargic as a drunk turtle dozing under a sunflower after ingesting a bottle of Valium. God damn. That's like saying I felt it was comatose. I felt it had no life. And I thought it had all the build of a one-story motel. God damn. What? I just love this. I'm sorry. It's so good.
What else has that person written? Because I want to read everything. See. Songs, books,
I'm mad I don't know more about this woman. Her name's Allie Willis.
Allie.
Wait, she's white.
Of course she is.
Oh,
Allie Willis told me that. I got Allie Willis? Okay.
Oh, she wrote I'll Be There For You, the theme from Friends. Bitch, and she co-wrote The Color Purple, the musical.
Oh, I was going to say.
No wonder.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, good for you, Al.
No, she's done a lot. Boogie Wonderland.
Yes.
Wow. Holy shit.
So you really can't tell Allie nothing.
No, she just was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. So god damn. No, this is why I want to be a songwriter. This bitch is 70 years old. I've never heard of her. She's rich as fuck.
It has to be.
Ugh, goals. And nobody knows what her face looks like. Ugh, I wish.
That is everything.
Right? It's all I want in life.
Just have like several islands and just be like, and you could still go to Walmart.
And see, she's a white woman. So really ain't nobody gonna say nothing to her for dragging Taylor. Because it's white versus white. I'm so happy. I thought it was a black woman doing this. I was about to say, yes, sis. But still, yes. Half, sis.
See, I didn't even have to say anything. I still have not. I watched that video of the aunties reacting to it on mute.
And that's all you need. Right. And on mute is even, it's too loud.
I feel like it was even funnier. Like, not hearing the song and then seeing them react to it. But either way, I'm just saying Sebastian is good for your marketing.
Oh, right. Sho forgot we was talking about that a little bit. God, he is so cute. Oh, he's adorable.
So we mentioned the person, I was going to say fan, but the person that approached Cardi B after the Met Gala asking for an autograph and how that turned into them getting jumped by Migos' Migos.
Right.
The Migos.
I wonder if they have a name for
House Migos.
No, not the House Migos. That sounds too much like House Boy. Like,
yeah, it does.
Like, although, honestly, when you look at the job description, it's probably not all that different.
Maybe it doesn't require a jock strap.
I mean, but you're still the one who's like picking up the Postmates at the front door and fighting niggas when they try to come at your pregnant ass fiance.
This is what Page Six wrote. Giovanni Arnold, who was 33, filed a suit in the state Supreme Court.
Of course he did.
In the Bronx. Damn. In the Bronx on top of that, Cardi. Why don't they leave you alone, sis? On Monday, seeking unspecified damages for the injuries. The certain injuries.
I really want to see these injuries.
I would love to. He says he sustained when the famous couple ordered 3 goons to savagely beat him after he asked the Bodak Yellow rapper for her John Hancock on May 8th. Arnold claims in court papers he approached the pregnant performer outside the Marks Hotel Gala after party around 2 a.m. and she told him, "Fuck out of here, nigga, I will slap the shit out of you."
Yes.
He alleges he expressed his disappointment with being ignored, and then Cardi B and Offset signaled to their hired muscle that they wanted him to be physically attacked. And Offset added, "Shut up, bro, before a nigga beats you out here." When Arnold responded, "Aw, man, for an autograph, damn, that's serious." He says 3 men pounced, punching him and then stomping on his face while he was on the ground.
Yikes.
Now, here's the thing. There's video footage of the entire incident.
Oh, is there?
Absolutely. And so Giovanni Arnold needs to add in some of these blanks. Because you didn't just go up to Cardi B and say, "Please, madam.
Right.
I've loved you ever since Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 1, and I would love a photograph." Like, you went up to her asking for a photograph, probably with an attitude. She said no, which honestly, she's well within her right. Even
Leave
if she
people
wasn't
alone.
fully very pregnant.
Right.
You know what I'm
People are
saying?
allowed to say no to photographs.
It just is life.
Yep.
And what you have to do in that situation is move the fuck on from it. But after she said no to you, you were hollering shit at them like, "Ah, man, for a photograph, that's whack as fuck." Like, you were going off.
See.
Like, you were being extra and loud and aggressive. And that is why Offset said to you, "Shut the fuck up for a nigga beat you out here."
I knew expressed his disappointment wasn't just, "Oh, man, I'm so sad that you won't take a picture with me." I knew it was something disrespectful and crazy. 'Cause
You were
why else would
begging
niggas
to
go
get
off
your
on you?
ass
See?
whooped. And after Offset said, "You surely can get your ass whooped out here," then you were talking about over an autograph. "Damn, I'll take all your money from you. Stop doing dumb shit with your money. Stop spending all your money on diamonds. I'll take all your money out here," calling them niggas, cussing at them.
No.
And I mean, he was black too. But
okay.
like,
I was about to say, yeah, stomp a hole in his ass.
right. But like, you were not just like disappointed that you didn't get a photograph with them.
Right.
You were antagonizing them and admitting that you wanted them to beat you up so that you could sue them.
Right.
There's video footage of that.
Now here we are.
Here we are today. I mean, I believed you when you said it because I know that many of you whack, weird, I don't want to get a job ass niggas out here will just go around and find somebody to beat you up so that you can sue them. You know, it's the white way. And usually it works for white folk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You, Giovanni, especially with this video footage of you berating this pregnant woman and cussing at them and trying to tell them what to do with their fucking money and asking them to beat you up. I just don't know how that's going to hold up in court. I'm not an attorney. I won't begin to pretend like I know, but
I feel like he probably will get paid just because they did still break the law by beating his ass. But you're not taking all their money for sure. Like, not by a long shot. You're
I
going to
hate
get
that he
yourself
could
a cute.
even get a nickel.
I mean, that's why you can't touch people. It really is. Like, that's why. But I'm not going to say you didn't deserve it. Like, I wish they could have beat his ass off camera or something like that where there wasn't no evidence and nobody knew what happened. And
Honestly,
all
that
shit.
probably would have been worse because he still would have gone
Man,
and sued them
might
and there
not
would have been no proof that he was asking for it.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? But like, bruh.
What a mess. Well, I wish I would just, like, I understand being a fan of somebody, obviously. Like, obviously. I was right next to Beyonce on the carpet at the VMAs. But do you know what I did not do? Well, first of all, Julius did not allow me to get that close to her.
I mean, he wouldn't.
First of all, he absolutely elbowed me, like, get the fuck out my way.
Don't you ever in your
But
life.
I would never be like, "Oh my God, Beyonce, like, can I take a picture with you?" And then she's like, "I'm not taking pictures tonight." Be like, "Are you serious, bitch? I've loved you since no. How dare you?" Like, she's a grown-ass, autonomous woman. And if she's not taking pictures tonight or doesn't want to be bothered or she's dealing with her baby and her Timbs or whatever, then that's just what it is. Like, I don't understand why y'all can't just accept that and be like, "I understand, you know, love your music or whatever," and just go on about your day. People don't owe you that. They just don't.
I mean, again, when Beyonce walked past me after I technically was stalking her outside of her job, all I did was wave at her. And she waved back. And I will take that with me for the rest of my
Absolutely.
days. I didn't need anything from her, really,
Nope.
but to look at her in person. She could have not even looked back at me, honestly. The fact that she waved back and gave a little, hey.
That's it.
I don't need...
And she touched you at Revel.
And
Child.
I could never imagine
Bless.
seeing Beyonce leave. It wasn't even like she was, outside promising pictures to people and then just stopped before me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
she was leaving work, getting in her car to go more than likely home.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I cannot imagine being like, hey, Beyonce, let's take a picture. And her saying, I would have never asked.
Right. I would never.
Because I'm not
never
dumb.
Asked. I would have never asked.
You know what I'm saying? But even if I did, and her answer was nah, being like, oh, really? I just
Like,
don't.
what is wrong? How are y'all that entitled? I don't get that.
The closest celebrity I have ever, like, that I can remember really wanting to take a picture with, like I said, was, I'm sorry, forgot his real name, but he plays Stanley on The Office.
Oh, okay.
When I saw him
in LA.
And I really came close to stopping and like asking him for a picture and saying how much I love him in that show. And I still didn't.
Yeah. And that would have been a lot for you because I know how you are. You don't really speak. So I know that was a lot. You must have been like really overwhelmed, starstruck.
I cannot imagine like even asking somebody that I'm really a fan of for a picture, much less like berating them after they say
you niggas are crazy. And then arguing, she's pregnant on top of that, and then you arguing with her and her man about like, oh gosh.
People are just gross.
Yeah, that is just ridiculous. But he probably still is gonna get himself a cute little check, maybe $50,000-$100,000 or something like that, and go on.
Speaking of Cardi B, she's on a new song by someone named Rita Ora? Rita Ora?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Well, there's a song that they have. It's called Girls, featuring Charlie XCX, and I want to say her name is BB Rexa.
Oh, yeah, I know BB Rexa.
I just figured out, like, which one of these new crooning auto-tune white women she is. Like, when I heard the song, I recognized her voice, and I was like, oh, she's that girl from that other pop song I don't know the name of.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
That other one where it's like you know how it goes, but you don't know the name of it.
Like,
yep.
It reminded me of it from the tone of her voice.
Yep.
Song is called Girls, and it's basically about being bisexual and loving, fucking with girls. And, it sounds like pretty much every overproduced pop song.
I definitely did not listen to that.
I did, just because, like, I think it was Kehlani that made a comment about it being, like, having slurs or being a little offensive or whatever. And, like, Kehlani has been, like, puss, peen, whatever it is.
Don't try on my sexuality for a song, bitch.
Every now and then I strap on a do-rag and I, let a training bra. And I let the girls know I'm topping tonight. Whatever. And
I'm really here for her stepping fully into her bisexuality or lesbianism or whatever it is. I don't know how she identifies, but do that. Do that, ma'am.
The community is not here for Rita and Cardi and the rest of the ladies. Basically, they feel like they were trying to... when people sell bisexuality from women to men... And tried to...
Like Katy Perry?
Yes. Essentially.
Yeah.
Like, this is 2018, I Kissed a Girl.
Okay. Well,
and
so then I definitely can miss it.
We're past it. It's not even, honestly, as a song in itself, it's not great. It's not
It's a random group of people. Who put this together?
I honestly think the selling point is that it is Cardi B and BB Rexa and Charlie XCX with this girl.
Yeah.
And they're all pop star girls. Let's listen to them on a song together. Sort of like when Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj and Jessie J did that song together.
And that song, it should have been so much better than what it was. It really should have.
It was like, oh, look at these girls doing a collab.
Because Jessie J and Ariana Grande can sing.
Oh, yeah.
See, look at you. I
didn't know where I should have let you finish.
But you lucky I'm sick. I can't cackle like I want to, but you ain't shit for that.
Jessie J.
They can sing, but that song was just flat. I don't get it. It was just nowhere near what it should have been.
I just want to take a moment to say that Jessie J sings the things. Mm-hmm. Did you watch that VH1 shit that they do on Mother's Day? Is it called Hey Mama? I don't know what they call it. Whatever it's called.
I saw bits and pieces, but Kia told me, sis, it's a mess. So,
okay.
But I saw Janae Eiko sing with her baby.
I saw that and
very
Jessie.
Precious.
That was it. I don't even know what else happened.
I think Gabrielle Union's mama got serenaded by Neo, and that's when I was like, I'm turning this off.
Why?
Because she don't deserve. Right. I was like, come on now. Miss Union do not deserve this. What the fuck?
Maybe Gabrielle Union's mama loves Neo.
Maybe.
Because I can think of why.
I could be wrong. But I was just like, okay, I don't think this is meant for me.
And if she's like a black mama, like black mamas I know, I would think after that whole shit was over, she went to... Now, why did you think? Why the hell you let them have this? I don't even know who that...
Oh, well.
Yeah, no, Jessie sang a song of hers, I believe it's called Queen, and then she sang I'm Every Woman.
She can sing. She really does sing. But I did not get what I needed from that. What was it called? Bang Bang. It's me, Jessie, and Ari.
And
if they touch me, they sorry.
I feel like they were trying to shove that song down our esophagi.
They definitely were.
The same way they're doing with Chun-Li.
I actually don't hate Nicki's verse on that. I think my issue with that song is...
Nicki's verse was the only thing I liked.
Yeah, it's not Nicki on that song that bothers me. It's the other girls.
I don't like the hook. I don't like the verses, the melody.
Right,
I
bang,
just didn't
bang
like
into the room. What are we saying here?
I
don't anyway.
But anyway, that's what I'm saying this song reminds me of. And now the girls, Cardi issued a Twitter apology, still. I mean, now that you're on, I'm sure spending more time in bed, find somebody to proofread this stuff, sis.
Oh, is she just out here typing like whatever?
I mean, just, my God. And you're trying to convince people that you're not illiterate. And I get it, but like this stuff.
I mean, she's definitely not. I know English is not her first language, right? English is not her first language.
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't think it was, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it is her second language.
Cardi has never been particularly academic. We all know that. That's
sure.
Fine. That is fine. But at this point, didn't she delete her Instagram and Twitter, all that? Why is she even back?
Disabled.
Oh, okay. So
which I don't even know how you do that. But yeah, the girls are...
You can just bring it right back.
That's what I call an IG tantrum.
Yes.
That's when you're just like, I'm not coming back anymore.
See, if I got that fed up with Instagram, I would just turn off all my comments. I would just turn off, or I would do like Letitia Wright.
Speaking of which.
And have it to where only the people I follow can comment. So all my pictures have like a grand total of 6 comments. You can go, Instagram has changed their settings to where only people you follow can comment on your Instagram.
Speaking of which, let me turn my comments back on because I turned my comments off for like the last few pictures. After last week, I knew there wasn't going to be a new episode.
Oh.
And I just didn't want y'all coming on to my picture of me at like the beach or whatever.
Me and my mama on Mother's Day talking about, bitch, where's my episode?
That's not what this is.
I just go through and delete those because y'all are mad inappropriate for that.
I just turned the comments off.
The show will be back.
I'm not even finna do it. Yes, let's move on to, oh my God. Do you want to talk about Kendrick Lamar or T.I.?
Well, I don't know what T.I. did, so let's talk about
T.I.
that.
got arrested.
Oh, God, of course he did.
Now, here's the thing.
Okay. It's not his fault this time?
I mean... TBD. I don't know. I don't.
We'll see.
I guess I'm guessing he was coming back from like a party or a club or something. It was allegedly around 4 a.m. This is the, I was about to say the Associated Press and sound real fucking stupid. It was the Atlanta Journal.
Constitution.
There you go.
Yeah, the AJC. Okay. Still a real news source. I definitely thought you was going to be like TMZ or...
No, it absolutely is a real news source. But for whatever reason, I saw AJC and was thinking AP. I don't know why. I'm a dumbass.
It's fine.
So he was headed home, Henry County, where that is.
Yeah, right.
What part of Atlanta?
Got to be outskirts. Let me see. Henry County. It sounds racist.
Maybe.
To be honest.
He was outside of his gated community around 4 a.m. He was stopped by the security checkpoint person that stands outside of the gates and lets everybody in. Apparently...
It's southeast of Atlanta.
Okay. Y'all can help me out, Atlanta natives, with what that means. But I'm assuming it means not by y'all.
It's a ways out. I'm looking at a map right now, so...
I mean, I don't feel like T.I. lives...
why would you live in city limits? That's nuts. It's not too far, maybe 45 minutes or so.
So T.I. apparently didn't have his like residence pass or key or whatever it is that you use to get in through the gate or something like that.
Got you.
And at some point, he got into it with the security person, the guard, because they wouldn't let him. He wouldn't let him in. Now, there's like a 911 call that came out because, of course, the guard called the cops.
Oh my God.
He sounded like he might be West Indian.
The guard?
Yeah.
Oh, so he was black.
Yeah.
So T.I. was like, nigga, let me in this house.
But when he's on the phone with the dispatcher or whatever, and you can clearly hear T.I. in the background. I want to say the guard's probably in that little box, and T.I. is right outside of that box hollering at him.
Okay.
But the thing is, he doesn't sound like belligerent. He does sound like he may have had a couple of drinks, maybe some weed, whatever he does, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he didn't sound like just a mess and slurring and all over the place. He sounded pissed. And honestly, if it was 4 a.m. and I'm drunk and high and want to go to my bed and you won't let me in and I live here, I would probably be agitated.
Are you really going to act like you don't know who I am right now? Like, maybe the security guard doesn't know what T.I.
It's very
possible.
It's very possible.
But I just don't think there's anybody in the Atlanta area who does not know Clifford Harris.
Listen, if this man looks and is anything like I pictured him to be in this, or just by listening to this audio, i.e. like one of my uncles, then he probably wouldn't.
All right, got you.
If a few of my uncles or my daddy was sitting up in that box, they would have looked at T.I. like, okay.
So listen, if you don't have a pass or a key or something, then I just can't let you in and I'm not finna lose my job behind this. I don't care who you say you are. I get that too.
I do too. Like when I was at home a couple of days ago, and I was at my mom's house, she had like this huge cardboard box full of stuff. Like my old bedroom is her office now. So she has like a whole bunch of shit in there.
That's so funny to me.
Of course.
The thought of your mama being like, well, now that he's gone.
And she was so sweet about it too, because she didn't even change it for like the first couple of years I was gone. She kept being like, I don't want to like turn it into my office because I want you to stay here when you come. And like, I don't know if you're going to like not want to stay here. And I was like, why would I not stay here? I could sleep in one of my brother's room or on the couch or whatever. Like, do what you want to do.
I'm going to stay with my mama this weekend.
This been your house. Like,
show finna.
So,
yeah.
She has this box full of like old stuff, like mostly like mixed CDs and stuff like that. And she was like, we were going through it to see what I wanted. And I found my Diamond Princess CD in there. And she picked that up and whatever and was like, okay, Trina, I don't know who that is. And I was like,
she's my other mom. How could you not?
But I wouldn't expect, first of all, my mom is super Christian. You know what I'm saying? Right, and like outside of religious music and like classic reggae music and like maybe Pastor Cavassier by Busta Rhymes. Like, that's it.
What a random fave.
She loved Pastor Cavassier.
It is a good song. I like the remix
really great.
too. I really did. And I enjoyed the video. It was a Harlem Nights themed video, and I really loved it.
Every other rap song would come on, and she would be like, oh, this isn't Pastor Cavassier.
Turn it off. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. My mama hated Gangsta's Paradise.
So, hello?
She hated it. And it was all over the radio.
And it was a fantastic song.
She was like, who is this singing? Who is that ugly little boy with the braids? Get him off the TV. She did not rock with none of it.
So I feel like if my mom, having lived in Miami for my entire life, does not know who Trina is,
you're right.
It fully makes sense for this man who is probably from some island in the Caribbean seeing T.I. at 4 a.m. and being like, nigga, I don't know or care who the fuck you are. Where's your card at?
Now
like,
I get it.
You know what I mean?
If you're not American, right.
Right.
Then it makes a lot more sense.
So he called the cops, and I guess he felt like he was unsafe because black. But you hear T.I. in the background essentially saying, I asked you who you are. Like, I asked you who you are. I asked you for your name because I live here. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I want to speak to your superior. You would not give me your name. You don't want to tell me who you are. And now you're calling the police and like all of it. So it didn't really sound like T.I. was outside bugging. It sounded like he was agitated and maybe had a little bit to drink or whatever, but it just didn't need... To me, it didn't need to be an arrest. Well, I don't know.
Right. So an arrest, no. I feel like police probably should have been able to come out and handle that without somebody getting, what was he charged? Was he charged with something? Or was
misdemeanor charges of simple assault, which I don't know what that is because I don't think he put his hand on anybody, disorderly conduct, and public drunkenness.
Oh, well.
The last two, okay.
Right, okay. Got you. So this is the type of situation where when you know you dead ass wrong, you kind of just have to take that L. Like, T.I., I get you're drunk and high and want to go fuck a bad bitch or pass out or whatever. Like, I really do understand that to my heart, especially at 4 a.m. But, like, nigga, you the one who don't have your pass key or whatever. You the one who don't have the ID you need to get in. If this man don't know who you are, it really is like a liability for him to let you through these gates. Like, it's not right. He would be dead ass wrong for doing that. Yeah. What if you weren't you? What if it was just some stalker of yours and he threw a fit and let him in and then somebody broke into your house? You would be suing the community that you live in. You would be suing the people who run the security thing.
Especially if he's never seen you before, which sounds like what is going on because you don't know his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably have several security guards that come in and out. Right. He could be new. Like, so if that man does not recognize you and has never seen you in the property before, which is highly likely, like, it doesn't make, like, he would be risking his job. Like, you rich. You know what I'm saying? Right. That nigga was probably like, if you do live here, you good. You'll be at some point.
So
you'll
then
get
at
right
6
on
a.m. you'll be just fine when you finally make it home. I don't understand why you taking it out on this man who really has something to lose by letting in somebody who is unauthorized. Like, that's my whole thing.
I hate that he had to go to jail, but, like, I just don't.
Well, I don't think he needed to go. That was probably just the police being like, okay, look, we're not
Negro
again, Cliff. We're not. Come on, get in the car. You know what this is.
I read that he called one of his friends or whatever, like, I don't know why his friend had to come join him, but his friend was with him.
Okay.
And the friend ended up getting arrested, too, when the cops came there for having an outstanding warrant.
Nice. So if I was the friend, I'd have been like, so I'm finna call an Uber real quick. Because what you not finna... Nigga, you know I got warrants. Wow. So your friend... Oh, damn. That's rough. But yeah, you can't be mad at people for doing their jobs. You can't be mad at people for that.
And if you were, like, fucked up or drunk or whatever and hollering at this man, like, I just can't think of what else.
It honestly sounds like T.I.'s ego was a little bruised that this man didn't know who he was.
Yes, because he was hollering like, you work for me, or like, no, he didn't say you. I don't know if he said you work for me. I know he said like, you report to me or something like that.
And that man is like, do I? Because I don't even know who you are.
I'm not even certain who you are. Like that's the point of this whole situation.
Your homeowner association fees might pay my salary, but I do not know who you are as an individual person, and this is what I'm paid to do.
And the woman who was the dispatcher was like, she could clearly hear him, and so she kept saying to him, every time he would holler something at him, she would be like, ignore him. Don't say anything back to him. I hear him or whatever. Like, can he see you? Like, he had to have been drunk or whatever, which is your full right. You know, you're a grown ass man.
Hope you weren't driving. That would be bad.
It seems like he scared the shit out of this man or whatever. But it's just like, girl, if you really lived there or whatever, I just don't understand how it ended. And then there was video of him at the precinct or whatever, then fussing with one of the officers or whatever there, because he's like, you know, I'm trying to figure out why I've been arrested, why I'm here, and the cop is giving him like ridiculous answers that don't really make any sense, and he's just like, it was a whole thing with
I don't understand why he didn't just call somebody else who had a key card or whatever to come.
Right, like nobody else had one?
Right, like he can't just have one. And where is it? It doesn't make sense. And they don't have probably the community should have a backup for this, like a face ID or a fingerprint scan or something like that, to where if people do lose their ID, they can still get in. But like, you were wrong for wilding out on that man for just doing his job. You would have been mad if he let a crazy stalker or an arsonist or something like that.
T.I. impersonator.
Okay, sure. If there's anybody short and ridiculous enough to do that, then T.I. impersonator. Like, you would have been mad if they let any one of them people through the gates. So you kind of just got to be drunk and mad and irritated and wait 45 minutes for your baby mama to come drop off a key card so that you can go home. Like, you don't get to react in this way and verbally harass and abuse people because you're not getting your way. Sorry,
he was released from Henry County Jail at 8 a.m.
It does sound like arrest was a little too much, but
I don't feel like he needs to be arrested.
But they forever gonna arrest a rich black man. They forever gonna do that because you know he gonna post bail or bond or whatever and get right the fuck out. That's money for the county, so of course they gonna arrest him.
$2,250.
Okay. First I thought you said $200,000. I was about to say, holy God. See, and that's nothing to T.I.
Nothing.
2250 is a drop in the bucket.
He probably had that in his pocket.
Meanwhile, that's probably that security guard's monthly salary.
Hello.
So, yeah, I'm not letting your ass through these gates, bitch. I'm not doing it.
It was, provide me with the documentation.
Right. I bet it's more of an ego thing than anything else.
Yeah, it had to be.
I'm sure.
It was very, how dare you not let me.
Do you not know who I'm the king of Atlanta?
The king.
Oh, you know he said king.
Of course. Well, I'm sure he's in bed now. So there's that. You know?
Is it over? Like nobody's pursuing any.
I mean, I haven't heard anything yet, but I cannot imagine that he didn't appear in front of a judge. They let his ass go.
Okay, so he's not on parole then. That's good.
That anything is going to happen from this. The nigga, you need to just find wherever your card or whatever it is.
Keep your card in your glove box or something. Come on, Clifford. Like, there's ways of being responsible and preventing this from happening. It doesn't have to be that way.
You know too many big words for this type of behavior. No,
he doesn't know too many big words. He knows how to go on thesaurus.com, type in small words, and then copy and paste big words. He does not actually know those big words. I feel confident that T.I. looks them words up before he uses them.
What if T.I. is the new host of Reading Rainbow?
Then nobody's going to watch Reading Rainbow. How about that? The Kendrick Lamar thing, I'm just so over the idea of white people feeling like they are entitled to say nigga.
Because it's in a rap song.
Right. And
shut up.
Right. Just shut up, girl. And the fact that you really thought you could get your white ass on stage and say nigga, it's like, I will not entertain that. I just won't. White people, you can pause during songs that say nigga. You can replace it with bitch or hoe or something like that. Like,
you can say cracker.
You have so many options. Why you would say nigga on stage at this big ass rap concert and feel like
at Kendrick Lamar's concert.
Unreal.
Not Little Pump, not young, Claritin, or none of these other children. At Kendrick V. Lamar's concert.
Doesn't make sense.
And white people don't even be representing other white people to them either. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even like the community was like, oh, damn, Kendrick Lamar let your white ass. This is how you holding it down. He ain't never going to let another white person up on stage.
No, it's not like that.
White people are like, well, why couldn't he say nigger? It's on my song.
They really feel that way. Like, It's not fair. Well, girl, let's sit down and write a list of all the things that aren't fair for white people versus black people in this country. Let's just go ahead and do that. And then we'll talk about how much I give a fuck about whether you feel like you should be able to say nigga. I don't.
They don't want to hear that.
You're going to be just fine, girl.
Like,
just don't say it.
Just don't say it.
It's not that hard. But see, honestly, that's why I hate going to rap anything, because white people do say nigga freely, and I can't beat up everybody in the audience.
Listen.
It pisses me off so bad.
Facts.
It makes me so mad. And I don't want rappers to like feel like, so here's the thing. Rappers are using the language from their own communities, from their own lived experiences.
Exactly.
This is their lives that and their art reflects that. You are a visitor to what we are doing.
These are all truths.
You are not the originator of it.
Hello.
You are here merely to observe, have a good time, and go home. So all we're asking is that you don't disrespect us in that process. And y'all are like, but that's not fair. What?
Shut the
God damn, white people are just so extra.
It's just, what?
There's so much. They are just so fucking extra. I don't get it.
And you hear the niggas coming from them way more. Like, if you go to rap concerts, like you said, like, you're going to hear somebody say it in an audience, or like, if they're not up on the fucking stage and they honestly feel like they can just because it's in the song. And like you just said, I can't fight everybody.
Right, I cannot do that. I cannot fight. I just stay at Beyonce concerts where it's safe, because those white girls do not. I've never heard a white girl say that.
Never hear it.
I have not heard. And please do not turn around and do it in Houston or Paris when I go and piss me off. Please don't do that. But white people have not yet pissed me off at a Beyonce concert, and I needed to stay that exact same damn way. So
I feel like Solange would herself come and cuss out the person who said, like, Solange and Blue Ivy would together stop the show. Bitch, what did you just say, bitch?
That's another good one, because when Solange was at Radio City, she performed FUBU, and white people were just standing there like, well, this is looks like the colored people are having a lovely time.
Really enjoy the tempo and just
Meanwhile, me and Asante are like, all my niggas in the whole world.
Right.
And the white people are just like, glad you guys.
And that's like the direction of that song too.
We turning around pointing in their faces. This shit is for us. Like,
and they point right back. It's for you.
It's for you. Right. It's like these are your fans. I feel like Solange's fans know better. I don't know why white rap fans feel like
They feel
it's
so
a free for
entitled to
all,
saying
but
it.
no, ma'am, fuck that little girl. So
Her whole lineage.
Yeah.
Let it say it for Hot Bottoms and the Hunger Games. So we'll take a break and come back. Hey guys, when you're selling things online, getting your orders out of the door, in the day, quickly can be tough. That's why you need today's sponsor. They are ShipStation.com, the fast and easy way to manage and ship your orders all from one place. ShipStation helps you get orders out quickly and keeps customers happy, whether you're using your own website, Shopify, Squarespace, Etsy, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, or over 75 other popular selling channels. And I know plenty of y'all do because I see so many of y'all creating dope things, selling dope things, and so on and so forth. So if you need help, ShipStation can bring all your orders into one simple interface, making them easy to manage from any device, even on your phone if you're on the go, girl. Use ShipStation to create shipping labels for all of the top carriers, including UPS, FedEx, USPS, and more. And ShipStation is also available in the UK, Australia, and Canada.
a lovely country, Canada. Right now, you can try ShipStation free for 30 days, plus get a special bonus when you use our promo code READ. So don't wait another minute. Go to ShipStation.com, and before you do anything else, click on the little mic at the top of the homepage and type in READ. That's ShipStation.com. Enter code READ, SHIP Station.com. Make ship happen. Let's move on.
Hey guys, support for today's episode of The Read is also coming from Squarespace. Squarespace provides you with beautiful templates created by world-class designers that make it easy to turn your idea into a new and unique website. Everything is customizable from the look and feel to settings and products, all optimized for mobile right out of the box. And with built-in search engine optimization, your Squarespace site is in your control. Showcase your work, publish content, announce a special event, even sell your products and services of all kinds in just a few clicks. And you can use Squarespace Analytics to help you grow in real time. But if you ever need to find assistance for yourself, Squarespace has an award-winning 24/7 customer support that is always there to help. So if you're starting some new stuff this summer and you need a website, this is where to go.
Yes, or if you're trying to transition your Instagram shop into, something a little bit more permanent, Squarespace can help. So just head right on over to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Keep dreaming, but make it a reality with a website from Squarespace. Now let's get back to the show.
Okay, we're back. It is time for our listener letters.
Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. We got a lot of feedback from people who said that, remember we had that question about the guy who was into polyamory, and we were like, we don't really know anything about that. Mm-hmm. So shout out to everybody who was like, your advice was actually not the worst.
I did see some people saying, hey, that wasn't awful.
Yeah, so shout out to us for not being totally awful.
Ruining lives.
Right. We try our best. So let's see. Our first question this week comes from Lena. She says, I'm a biracial queer woman living in South Carolina. My entire family is white. I was adopted as a baby. My biological mom was also white, and she had no idea who my father was, and her whole family was racist, so no one wanted me. Nice. Yeah. Right. My adoptive family has always loved me and treated me great. The problem is that now that I'm older, I realize that even though I love my family and I know they love me, they are willfully ignorant. They ignore the very real struggles Black people face in this country and the fact that racism is alive and well. They are those white people that think they aren't racist, even though they kind of are at times, and they definitely voted for Trump.
Well,
that solidifies it.
That's
shit.
Enough.
Fuck that. This ignorance never used to bother me because I was young and naive, and I used to think being told I acted white and sounded white was a compliment. Now I'm a woke 26, about to be 27-year-old, and I have a beautiful 2-year-old daughter. I'm a single mom, and I live with my parents at the moment, but I hope to be on my own in the next year. My baby's father is not in the picture. My baby is dark-skinned and has 4C hair, and she is the most gorgeous child ever. But now that I'm a mom, I'm noticing my family's microaggressions more and more. They comment on how she has that pretty dark skin or talking about how nappy her hair is and ignoring my fears of how difficult my child's life could be just because she's a dark-skinned Black girl in Trump's America. I know my family loves my child, but I never want her to feel conflicted about them or feel like that she doesn't belong the way I have sometimes in my life. How can I deal with my family's bullshit before my daughter is old enough to understand it? Love you guys. You help keep me sane. Lena,
I say confront them with love. Sit down and speak to them and say that very same thing to me. I think that My God. I mean, I don't even really know what their response could be as Trump voters.
Yeah, I don't know that I can come to Trump voters with love.
I mean, but they're her family.
Right.
You know,
and they probably feel like, well, we like these 1.5 blacks. So,
right,
like these are the blacks that are okay with us.
I feel like the reason I say that is because I would really want clarity from them on where they stand on that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing when it's you know what I mean? Because I feel like in a way it's easy for us to be like, you know, my parents or whatever, and they may feel like this way about me. Like, you know, we all have things or ways about us that are probably don't make our parents all the way happy. Our parents don't know how to deal with.
How much time you have?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And once you get older, you're just kind of like, oh, well, girl, me is me. And I'm going to let my parents be, you know, as long as they mind their business. But when you're talking about your child, who is on top of being dark-skinned, their grandbaby.
Right.
You know, and I would assume that they're going to want to have some form of a relationship with this child. I would want clarity on the level of their ignorance before I'm just letting my baby grow up around, you know, bigots.
Right.
I don't care.
It's not even just them saying terrible things to her. Like, pretty dark skin, I don't think is necessarily bad, but commenting on the texture of her hair feels very inappropriate for white people.
Especially if you're saying nappy.
Right. And who taught them nappy? What the fuck?
Right.
I mean, and even pretty dark skin, I feel like they could just say, you have such pretty skin, or you're such a pretty girl, or you're such a even better, like, don't make it about her looks. But I feel like it's not even going to be about the things they say directly to your daughter. It's going to be about the sentiments they express about other black people in her presence.
Yep.
And that is going to be the bigger issue because, like you said, you were complimented on sounding white and talking white, you know, what those things mean while you were growing up. And certainly she will be encouraged when she is around them to do the same, to kind of perform blackness in a way that is acceptable to them. And that's trash. That is garbage.
I mean,
maybe should not have to grow up with that.
At the very least, she would be able to have you to give her, you know, some sense, hopefully, and stuff like that. But I would just really want to have that. If I can't see you voting for Trump and not being super fucking ignorant.
You got to be. You got to be at least partly ignorant if you voted for Trump,
because you're talking about someone who has come forward and just like just name something racist and there he is, you know, and willfully and openly and kind of like
gleefully,
you know what I'm saying? So to vote for it before, you know, he won
before the election.
So to vote for him anyway is kind of like, I just cannot see how that's not anything but, oh well, like I don't give a fuck, that ain't got nothing to do with me,
right?
You know, and that's bad in itself. I would just want to know. I would want clarity not only for myself, but also for my child and for an understanding of how I'm going to, not how I'm going to raise her, but what I'm going to tolerate, where I'm going to allow her to be, and the type of relationship that I'm going to, because I would just legit not bring my baby around at all.
Right. I understand you live with your parents, so it's like not that easy, but she's only 2. So hopefully she's not picking up on too much of that stuff. But kids are also very smart. And
they're not dumb.
Especially if she's got little white cousins or something running around. If she's being treated differently, she will pick up on that. So you definitely don't want her to grow up feeling like she's inferior in any way to her white-ass relatives. So, yeah, I second Kid Fury on this. Like, talk to your people about it and see. I don't know. Can you make them unracist? Probably not.
No.
I mean, compared to everybody else in South Carolina, they're probably not the most racist. Probably not.
You know what?
But
true.
White people who have an exception for the black people they know and that's it aren't worthy of being celebrated.
It doesn't make you not racist.
It's not a good thing. It's not like, oh, okay, well, that's all right. Since I'm your daughter, it's
blacks
all right.
are acceptable because I know them. Like, that does... No, shut up.
No. Garbage and trash.
I say talk to them.
Yeah, and move out as soon as you can.
And I wouldn't even say... I would prepare myself for a response I'm not going to like.
Yeah. Prepare yourself for them to be disrespectful to you and or your baby.
Like, I don't even know if they're... I would hope that they're not going to just be nasty and full of rage and whatever, but I would not be shocked if you don't get a response that you want, and maybe they come to you with all kinds of confusion. I don't even know what you are talking about. Of course you don't.
I don't even think it'll be like nasty. I think it'll be dismissive.
Yeah.
Either I don't know what you're talking about, or this is not that big of a deal,
right,
or whatever. Like, and then the first time you catch them saying something to her or around her that's fucked up, you're gonna be like, oh no, see, hell no. And you're gonna get mad all over again, and it's just not good for you or that child. So
set the boundaries and everything.
Let them know what is and is not tolerable, what they can and cannot say to your child, the way that your child, is to be treated. And if they can't rock with that, then you do everything you can to just not have her in that environment, because she don't deserve.
You need to be working on getting out of there regardless.
And I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, but yeah.
So ASAP, whenever you can and everything is good and situated, make that exit. Mm-hmm. But just let them know now so they can't act like they didn't, because white people love to do that.
They do, and I'm sure you know that. Good luck to you, Lena. Our next question comes from Juice. He says, now that you're both into Game of Thrones, who do you think is going to kill Cersei? I don't know how much you guys know about the books, but it is prophecy that she will be killed by her little brother. But prophecies in books have been wrong before. And also, this is my own side note, isn't the series not even done yet?
No, it's almost done.
Right. Like, the man is not even done writing it. The books.
No,
right?
No.
So who knows? Like,
I really can't.
The TV show passed the books a long time ago, right?
It did.
I tried to read the book. It was so fucking boring.
They were so. I'm sorry.
I was like, y'all love this show. I was like, okay, I'm not watching the show if I can't read the books. And the books were. I could not get through the first one.
Definitely started the show before I tried to read the book. Thank God, because I probably would have never watched it either. Those books are so boring.
Yeah, they were really boring. Or the first one, I don't even know anything past that first.
Like the Lord of the Rings books are boring too, but the movies are also boring.
Well, I fell asleep watching Lord of the Rings.
Same. I watched the Lord of the Rings all the way through, like when it first came out, and God, I don't know how. But I never could make it through the second one without going to sleep. And the other day I was like, all right, let me try this again, because I always hear about the Lord of the Rings, et cetera, et cetera. And I went to go and watch the first movie again and fell the fuck asleep. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
The Lord of the Rings is like ZQL for me. I can't do it.
Yeah. My friends gave up on me. They're like, you're never, ever going to make it through this movie. I'm like, I'm glad we all know that now. Yeah. Like, I'm just not ever going to.
And I'm done trying.
So she says, personally, I'm hoping Jamie will be the one to kill her. Fuck that bitch. I would love to hear your opinions.
I'll take whoever's going to do it.
I believe it will be Arya.
I kind of feel, you know what, like, I want in my spirit for it to be Arya as well. Like, I really, really want it to be one of the kids, the Stark kids.
Yes.
And I just can't think of anybody more satisfying than Arya.
Arya has been chanting that bitch's name over and over and over for like 6 seasons. Like, it has to happen. But honestly, what they probably gonna do is have Cersei kill Arya. Cersei will probably be the last bitch standing like roaches. She probably won't die. She probably won't.
I refuse to accept that, but you're probably, like, I wouldn't even be shocked if you're right.
After they gutted that pregnant woman, the Red Wedding, after they did that, I said, oh, these people don't give a fuck about us.
Nobody cares about anything.
Right, so
they don't care.
They're probably going to have Cersei, like, I don't know, shoot an arrow right in the middle of Arya's forehead or something.
I have heard a lot of people say that Jamie is going to, because I would always, throughout the whole series, I would be like, now's your chance, kill the bitch, to some other character. And people who have read the books or heard that prophecy or whatever, however, will be in my mentions like, no, sis, Jamie's gonna kill her. The prophecy says. And I honestly feel like HBO was like, that's what the fuck y'all think. I couldn't guess, to be honest with you. Right. I hope it's Arya or maybe a dragon or a White Walker or just something. But
maybe Tyrion. Tyrion killed their daddy.
I don't even feel like it's going to get better than that for Tyrion, to be honest with you, but I would love
Probably
it. Honestly, and the flu could kill the bitch. Like, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
anybody.
But I just don't. I feel like she's going out in a blaze of glory, like you're saying, and it's going to be... The only reason I could see Jamie killing her is because I feel like that would be the last person she would expect to kill her. Mm-hmm. And there were like... I
don't think Jamie can work up the nerve. He's in love with her also. He keeps fucking in her.
She's also been like actively annoying the fuck out of him lately.
It's true.
And I think that it makes sense for him to push for her to push him over the edge and be like, nah, for the greater good, I got to take this bitch out. And like, my whole family's fucked anyway. Right. Like, all my kids dead.
Right.
So.
Damn, it's
like,
true.
It kind of just makes sense for that to happen. But I like low-key feel like HBO is going to go in a different direction just because y'all expect that. So I don't know.
Or I would also accept Arya and Sansa teaming up again like they did with Littlefinger.
Killing the bitch together.
Yes, and killing the bitch together.
That would be great.
Because that Littlefinger scene was bitch, I might go home and watch that.
You know what?
Because goddamn, that was everything. How do you answer for your crimes,
and
Lord, whatever the fuck his name?
So on time. Like, not even on time. It was supremely late.
It
was
right. It was so past overdue.
Way overdue.
But God, it was so good.
It was so satisfying. There is nothing like, especially in shows like that, when a character that should have been died gets their uppins.
Oh, it was so good. Especially because he really thought he had played them. He really thought.
He did. And because that's like kind of been Littlefinger's whole existence on that show is like playing everybody and being 3 steps ahead of the girls and tricking and using his little sneaky
it was
ways.
So good.
And he really he thought that he had it together and they were like, oh, but actually,
oh, you
girl,
actually don't.
No.
So
and
you're actually... Where's my mama's knife at? Just gonna go ahead and slit your throat real quick.
What a great show.
Yeah.
I need that shit to hurry up and come back.
I hope this last season, it's only 6 episodes, right? I hope they're at least 2 hours long, each one, because I don't know how else they're gonna wrap this up.
I don't know. But the Game of Thrones also gives me, like, we're gonna do spin-offs in a few years and all kinds of stuff, and one can only hope that it'll be as good as Game of Thrones has been or whatever. But it's been a long time coming for this show. I can't wait to see how it's all going to end and stuff like that. And I hope that they don't just fuck with us. I know Daenerys is gonna die. I know she is. Like, I know she is.
Yeah, I feel that way also. I mean, I feel like the Night King, now that nigga has a dragon, it's gonna be curtains for a lot of y'all hoes.
I can't wait.
Like, it's just, it's gonna be bad.
They're right there, essentially now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they have a dragon.
Winterfell is like right on the other side. Like, it's not far from, so...
They're fucked. And you can't just kill these niggas.
They might make Jon Snow the hero. Again.
I feel, to me, in the end, I see either Jon... Like, I feel like Jon is going to be the one to be sitting in the Iron Throne or whatever in the end. If someone even does, you know, maybe everybody will die. But Jon just essentially being like the outcast of his own family and the bastard who has to act like he ain't related to these niggas. And then like...
It's a lot of incest on this show. It's so nasty.
Yuck.
It's gross. Ugh. I know they don't know they can, not yet, but still, it's so gross. Ugh.
Maybe that's how Daenerys will die. Maybe she'll find out and she'll just kill herself.
She'll be like, oh my God, let me just toss myself off this turret.
Let me just cut out my own uterus. I can't.
All right. Next question comes from Daniel, who says, I recently started a new podcast with a good friend. The reason we started it is because we think our conversations are funny, and honestly, it seemed like a nice project to have outside work or school. Oh, sounds relatable.
Right, throwback.
We've made it through the first month, and the haters have already begun their bullshit. Also relatable.
Same.
And even though I know enough to not go to the comment section, because we don't get any haha. Okay, I wasn't ready for that.
Girl.
I'm sorry.
Maybe your podcast is funny.
Oh, God, that was funny. Okay. The hate has been coming directly to me from friends on a group chat. Now,
girl, what?
Yeah. He says, I can handle criticism. I'm a 28-year-old gay Latino living in Germany, and dealing with Europeans' perceptions of foreigners has made me bulletproof to negativity. So these friends on the group chat have been calling my co-host all sorts of names, and I honestly feel like I'm betraying my friend by telling him about it. But then again, he can't take any type of critique or negativity. On top of that, they have started sending emails to our podcast email address and leaving comments on the SoundCloud, but my friend hasn't seen them yet. Have you guys had similar experiences? How have you dealt with them? P.S. Please excuse any grammar mistakes. This was well written, like so much better than most of the people who have English as a first language. So don't feel bad, Daniel.
Hey, true.
So I actually love this email because he was like, this is not a shameless plug, and I won't even say the name of the podcast because it's irrelevant to my question.
Aww.
I feel you, Daniel. So at this point, the read is I honestly think the read is outside of my understanding. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's still just me and you in here.
Yeah.
And we just be talking. And the impact it has on other people, I'm always like, what? Really? Y'all?
Right.
And I don't want to be like, oh my God, like Taylor Swift, like, I can't believe we won.
Right.
I don't want to be like that either, but I'm just like, wow, y'all really fuck with this show.
Because I say all of the time, we never started this with like the intention of being that girl. You know what I mean? It was something for us to do, being people who are new in the city and just like exploring ourselves and things that we wanted to do.
Right.
And I told you, like, from Getty Up, it was like, Getty Up.
I remember this, though.
I told you, like, girl, we just gonna go in there and sit and we're gonna talk like we always talk. It's just gonna be about celebrities and shit or whatever for a little while. And there, you know, luckily we were never really, like, nobody really placed pressure on us or whatever. I feel like a lot of people now that podcasts are so much more, common. A lot of people are like going into it with like, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that, and I need to do like tons of research and like we need to do like outlines of the first episode and all of that. Which, if that works for you, don't get me wrong, go for it. But I feel like a lot of people have this pressure to live up to their idea of whatever like a super sickening podcast is, rather than just like kicking back and having fun and, you know, emphasizing the stuff that you're good at on the show.
Right.
So, yeah, I really hardly pay attention to a lot of the stuff that is said in a negative light because I don't care, to be honest.
I mean, because most of it is not constructive. It's just, oh, I hate your laugh. Oh, I hate that you do this or that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's
you hate Taylor Swift so much. Why do you always talk about her?
Who I am. Like, I can't argue with you on that. You just don't like those things about me.
I couldn't give you a response to that isn't childish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, like, I don't even care. You know, okay, fine. As far as, like, people in my personal life, I can't think of anybody saying anything like negative.
Yeah, no, that would have been so wild if somebody was like shit talking you to me. I would have been like, "Wait, what is going on here? Like, are y'all crazy?
When did you get stupid?"
Right.
Like,
right, randoms on the internet is one thing, but like people in real life is something else. So I would definitely check these friends in the group chat. Like, okay, y'all can feel how y'all feel about him on the podcast. That's your own personal opinion, but like, don't be shitty to my friend, like to me. Like, don't do that. That is not necessary. As far as your friend or the co-host not being able to accept criticism or any critiques or negativity, he's going to
adjust or stop.
Right. He is going to have to keep himself from reading the comments then. And maybe you should be the one to check the email address and not him until he has built up a thick enough skin to where that doesn't affect him in such a huge way. Because, you know, feedback, criticism, negativity, people are going to have things to say about your product when you put it out into the universe, good or bad or in between.
It could literally cure illnesses across the globe. And somebody's going to be like, why doesn't it remind me to take my contacts out before bed or something dumb? Like,
you could be Beyonce and somebody's just not going to like Beyonce. So, so you might as well, he's got to grow that thicker skin himself and maybe try to take a look at the comments, not, you know, attacking him as a person, but that can be
impossible.
Right.
It just takes a while for some people.
Exactly. It just takes a while. And then once you get to that point, you're like, oh, I don't care. You're still listening, girl. So,
because I had an experience with like comments and stuff through blogging and YouTube and all that stuff way before I started a podcast. So by the time I was podcasting, if I saw something I didn't like or saw something that somebody else didn't like, a comment or whatever, I was just kind of like, I was already like used to being like, okay, girl.
Right.
Have a great evening and moving on with my life. Like, I'm not going to argue with you about something. I can't change your opinion. I'm not interested in changing your opinion. And I don't expect for everybody to like the stuff that we put out. You know?
Yeah.
That's just the way of the world.
Right. The read is not going to be for everybody. It just simply isn't, because no one thing can be everything to every person.
It just doesn't happen.
So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about being true to myself and having a good-ass time with my friend. And if y'all fuck with it, then that's amazing. And if you don't, then there's about 1 billion other podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Facts.
So that you just can't let that sort of shit stress you out. It shouldn't stop you from doing what you do. He just has to take the time and the space to get used to negative feedback before I think he can just dive right into it. But stay away from the fucking comments, man. If you know it's gonna stress you out, stay away from the comments, stay away from the social media, stay away from the inbox if you can't handle it. Like, Just let him have that space. But there's also like constructive criticism. There are sometimes people who are like, I really love this. It would help if y'all didn't, you know, talk over each other or interrupt each other or, you know, this thing that you said could be perceived as homophobic or racist or whatever. Like, you also have to learn how to separate the people who are having valid critiques from people who are just like, bitch, I don't like you.
Right.
Because there's nothing you can do about that.
Right. Exactly. And I also want to say that I feel like when you're pursuing something that you really have like true passion for, especially if it's like your own thing, I feel like the universe just has a way of sending you like counterproductive energy as a way to like test your resilience or determination or whatever. Like, it just happens. I think that people have like a way of seeing you try something, and when they don't have like the courage to try their own things that way, then they will like put like nasty bugs of doubt in your ear and try to make you feel as like afraid as they are to go out and make their own shit happen. So that also, I feel like, comes with, you know, starting your own business, or if you want to say brand, I know a lot of y'all do, whatever you want to call it. I feel like it comes along with it. So it's also something you have to kind of acknowledge and adjust to. And after a while, it becomes really easy. For me, anyway. Some of y'all love being mad and arguing with bitches. I don't know. I don't get it. Like,
yeah, no, I'm not going to expend that kind of energy, especially if it's something that, like, I don't feel the need to debate with you about. Like, if you just don't like me as a person or the sound of my voice or something, do you really want me to, like, try out different ways of speaking till you're happy? Like, girl, what? I'm not going to do that.
You're like, are you not going to like it? Like, why would I stress myself out about trying to change your mind?
Yes, don't.
Bitch,
I think
please.
that's the takeaway here. Don't stress yourself out about the people who are being shitty for no good reason, like it sounds like your quote unquote friends are, versus the people who really have something to say and just want to see your podcast get better and better. So,
especially in this day and age where people try to think of something negative to say before they say something positive.
Well, that's true. And as somebody who used to be miserable, I can say a lot of people are just projecting their own misery onto your life. So, yeah, people who are like generally dissatisfied with life, even if they don't realize it, will project that dissatisfaction onto everything else.
Same.
So you just can't let other people's insecurities get to you or get you down. Good luck to your friend. I hope he's able to develop that thicker skin, because he's definitely going to need it if he wants to put his art out in a public space. You have to be able to handle the positive and the negatives of these things. So yeah, just don't let it get you down. Do whatever it is you're going to do. Take the good advice to heart and let the rest of it go, because niggas is always going to have something to say.
Exactly.
And that is never, ever going to change. So let's end this week with a letter from Resiliency. She says, first off, you guys are amazing. Thank you for the self-care and laughter you bring to my headphones each week. Oh, thanks, boo.
Hey, girl.
As a Black trans woman, I am disadvantaged in many facets of my life. I spend a lot of time figuring out where in my life I have power and control. I currently live in a small town where there's little to no trans community, and I am in dire need of being around other sisters like myself who understand our lived experiences. I have survived so much poverty, homelessness, abuse, and abandonment, yet I have made it to the point where I am only a few classes away from graduating. But financial aid is limited, and finding employment is a joke.
Sure.
Unfortunately, due to North Carolina's fuck-ass laws and transphobic climate, of all states.
Right.
That's got to be one of the worst ones.
Girl.
I am having a difficult time finding a job. I know this is a different type of letter and is rather addressing adversity, but I sometimes need to hear other stories of survival and how to build resistance in Trump's America that consistently holds its hands to our necks every day. I want better. I want to move to a larger city and build a life for myself. I'm getting my degree in communication studies, and I'm not really sure what I want to do with it, considering my main focus has been survival and transitioning. I'm 26 and happily single, avoiding all the fuck niggas I possibly can and trying to build, but something just doesn't feel right. Hoping to hear from you too. Sending love with grace, Resiliency. So I chose this last letter because I just really get it. I get feeling like everything is such shit with this asshole in office, and it feels, to pay attention to the news feels so fucking helpless.
It does.
It feels like, goddamn bitch, could it get any worse? And then the next day you're like, oh, it actually, he's calling people animals now. So like, yes, it actually could get so much worse. It just continues to crash and burn. And then, of course, I don't understand what it's like to live as a trans woman, but being a Black trans woman in North Carolina sounds like a whole nother circle of hell.
A living nightmare. Shout
out to you for being so close to graduation, because I I can't fathom.
Another thing I can't tell you
Right.
about.
I can't fathom getting through all that. All I can say to you is that, like, these are the type of people who listen to the show. People who, like, understand us and rock with us. Like, this goes to the last letter. Like, you have to be true to yourself and put out what is real and authentic to your life and let the people who rock with that find you. Like, this is somebody who sees community in us and feels, a connection with us and wants to share that with us, like, because of what we say on this show. Mm-hmm. So I just want you to know that, hell yeah, shit is hard out here, girl. And there's no like magic wand. I can't just pull something out and be like, well, you just do this, and then you'll get a job.
Right.
Do this and this, and financial aid will be fine. Like, hell no, it's a struggle out here. And the more oppressed you are in the society, the harder the struggle is going to be. So I just want you to know we see you and we hear you. We love you. And I hope you're able to keep your head up and keep pushing, because they don't deserve to take your joy.
Yeah.
You deserve to be happy and to pursue your dreams and feel like you are safe and loved and cared for.
I mean, I can't even begin to try to explain or give advice on what to do, because I also have no idea what it feels like to live as a trans woman, much less a Black trans woman. I know that there is a lot of love online in communities and things like that where, you can at least build, maybe if there aren't women like yourself in your direct eyesight or whatever in North Carolina, which again...
Because it's a small town in North Carolina. It's not even like Charlotte.
Right.
So
just, woo. I can imagine, what it is like to just be like, girl, here I am out here feeling like I'm the only one out here.
Literally just trying to survive. And everybody around me is trying to be like, no, how about you don't?
So, I mean, I would say that, like, my only thing that I could think of is to maybe there are, I don't know what other podcasts you listen to, but maybe there are other podcasts that are dedicated, hopefully. Somebody has to have, like,
there has to be a Black trans woman hosting a podcast.
Janet Mock has one.
Oh, duh, of course. But Janet's is more like of an interview type podcast.
I'm talking about like one that is about being transgender and that experience. Because I just, like, honestly, the reason I have like the amount of compassion that I do for trans men and women is because I like understand what it is like to struggle and face adversity as a gay man. And I feel like although we still like lack a lot of respect and compassion from people, it's like a whole other level when it comes to especially trans women. Like it's
so bad.
It's like I feel like people are like kind of like tap dancing around the PC avenues when it comes to talking about gay people and stuff now, but there's like no filter or any form of respect when it comes. I'm saying? I just cannot.
It's a lot slower. The acceptance movement is coming a lot slower for the trans community.
Because nobody is even trying to like understand to me. I'm still learning a lot and I'm making the decision to like try to listen and hear and learn things so that I can, empathize and I can use whatever tools I possibly have to like make a difference. But I hate that there's just all of these middle fingers up to all kinds of different people. And then on top of that, like she is saying, we live in Trump's America where bigots feel empowered by the fact that there's a person running this country that says horrible things about anybody that is not straight and male and white, So...
And being a Black trans woman would have been hard in North Carolina when Obama was president.
Exactly.
So it's just so much worse now that the president and the whole administration is like, oh yeah, fuck them people. And people who are bigots feel like they can be even more open and bold and act on that bigotry. So what I can say is keep up the good work with avoiding these niggas.
That's a great job.
That's always good.
Graduation is good.
Yes. Hopefully your financial aid works out.
We're raggedy, but I'm glad that we can be, providing some laughter for you if that's the case.
We can be a speck of sunshine in your week. I appreciate that a lot.
And yeah, girl, I mean, like she said, I don't have the recipe because honestly, when you were talking about like finding peace or happiness in Trump's America, I was like, girl, somebody needs to answer that question for me.
Okay.
Every single day I'm looking at the news or Twitter or wherever and like, oh, this happened now, that happened now. Okay, great.
I can't even handle it. I be listening to NPR politics like, oh my God, why the fuck?
I'm just like, okay, well, therapy is Wednesday.
Yep. And so let me just go ahead and write out a list of the things that me and the good doctor will be talking about.
Can I tell you that like people like us, including you, madam, at home.
Right.
People like us that like think and like feel and care. I won't even say woke. Like just people that give a fuck.
Right, about others.
I don't see how you could really be living with any kind of comfort or peace in any part of your body when, you know what I'm saying, kids are getting shot in school like it's nothing. And this very government is like, well, here's a pail full of rocks. Learn how to aim. Maybe like that's actually where we live.
Right. That's the world we're in right now. So
I can't even imagine, sis.
Right. So this is really just saying, you know what, girl, we hear you. We hear you. It's rough out here. And just know that we may not fully understand your experience, but we certainly support you. And I hope that you are able to find the strength and support that you need.
And listeners, please, like, if there are podcasts or websites or YouTube channels and things like that.
Or resources for Black trans women that you know about, please email those to us so we can share them.
Tweet us, put them in our comments and stuff like that because I like I said, I know that, what did she say, resiliency?
Yeah, resiliency.
Sweetie, like, hardly the only girl going through this.
Oh, yeah.
There has to be like resources for women like you to feel empowered, just besides, you know, the hashtags and things like that. Like, so for those of y'all who can help us out here, providing our sis with some much needed tender love and care,
right?
Please do that because I myself would like to listen to or watch some of these things so I can de-ignorant myself.
All right. And on that note, let's wrap up the questions for this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, remember that today's podcast is being brought to you by Talkspace, the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. All you need is a computer with an internet connection or the Talkspace mobile app. That means you can improve your mental health even if you have had trouble making time for it in the past, which is a thing, a fact, if you are an adult or maybe even 12. Remember, therapy isn't just about venting your innermost thoughts or digging into childhood memories. It's also about practical everyday strategies for stress management and living a happier life. That means if you are aggravated just because you live in Trump's America, or if your boss belches in your face every single morning and you don't know like what to do with yourself, talk. Having a therapist simply provides you a designated person for you to talk to who is trained to listen and help you make positive changes. And the Talkspace platform has over 2,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing life challenges we all face. We have spoken to them ourselves and can tell you they know what the fuck they talk about.
Yes, they are very fucking helpful. And the thing is, like, it's not always about talking about some shitty thing that happened when you were a kid. Like, maybe something did happen, but it's also about just learning how to cope with everyday stress.
Facts.
Right. So to match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/read and use code READ to get $45 off your first month. That's code READ at Talkspace.com/read. Talkspace is therapy for how we live today. Lord knows it's necessary, so go check them out and let's move on.
Today's episode is also being brought to you by Amazon Music. Amazon Music is the simplest way to listen to music that you love. Listen across all your devices, including iOS and Android, Mac, PC, or tablet. You can play music just by asking Alexa on the Amazon Music app or devices like Echo and Fire TV, all without ads or interruptions.
Yep, you can pull up the Amazon Music app on your phone, click the Alexa button and say, play Alton B, and Amazon Music will keep you on your toes with a playlist of unique and creative artists breaking down the boundaries of R&B. It's a real cute playlist with all your faves like SZA, Jasmine Sullivan, Frank Ocean, Solange, and more. And of course, with the offline feature, I can listen even when I'm not connected, which is very clutch when I am underground on the fucking subway and MTA is acting an ass like they always are. Amazon Music makes listening simple, natural, and fun, and they have a free 30-day trial for new customers, so you can check it out. Go to AmazonMusic.com. It renews automatically, and you can cancel anytime. That's AmazonMusic.com. Thanks so much, Amazon, for supporting The Read. And now let's wrap up the show.
Okay. we're back, and it is now time for the read.
It is. Do you have a read this week?
Yes. So,
okay.
2 petty things and then my actual thoughts. First of all, for the ride-sharing apps, stop calling me as soon as you pull up.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Stop calling my phone as soon as I get the notification that you outside. Like, your charges don't even start for 2 minutes. And wouldn't you want them to? Like, I would, like, sit there for a little bit.
Right. Wouldn't I just feel like, why don't you just chill?
But are you just fine. So, like, pressed? I can understand if maybe there was, like, you were blocking traffic, which you're not, or some, I don't know. Stop calling my phone as soon. At least give me, like, a while. Like, if I'm just doing the most and it's been 5 minutes and you see nobody, then be like, oh, hey, where's she at? Don't pull up and then tap your foot on the brake and then be like, let me dial this nigga's phone. I'm coming. Also, I wanted to say a giant fuck you to each and every mosquito in Miami-Dade County, Florida. I don't know what the fuck y'all's problem is because I have spent 25 of my black years in that fucking city and never really had an issue with you bitches. And now all of a sudden that I've been gone and when I come back, you motherfuckers want to be like all up. The mosquitoes annihilated me.
Damn. They left me alone.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, I thought it was like, oh, well, maybe they just forgot that I'm from here. It doesn't happen. And they were like a bunch of my friends and people that live there, like, they leave me the fuck alone, sis. I don't know. Maybe you smell good or I don't know what the fuck. But like every time I would go like outside in the back of the house, like to go vape or whatever, I was just like, because I forgot to get mosquito repellent. And mosquito repellent makes me sick. Like, I hate the way it smells and everything like that, but
it's kind of Swedish.
It just is gross. But they fucked me up. Like, I'm still here covered in bites. So, like, just the nerve and the audacity. Like, I know that you live off of the blood of others or whatever, and that's just, you know, the cards you were dealt at birth or whatever. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. And there's so many other people to bite. Stay the fuck away from me. You have a lot of fucking gall. Fuck off. Last but not least, so...
They were just welcoming you back home.
No.
They were like, didn't you miss us?
No. So, here's the thing. We never talked about Donald Glover's video on this show.
Ooh, I thought that was deliberate.
It was.
Oh, amen.
For a minute. Because I honestly don't know how I feel about it 100%. I like the song. And I like the dancing with the kids in the video, especially because I recognize one of those kids from the React channel. But that's neither here nor there. The whole, you know, whatever the video is trying to say.
Yeah. I got it. I just did not. I was like, this isn't for me. This is for white people.
I like the motions. I like the dancing and the strange faces that he's making and whatever. I'm just not even going to pretend and was never going to pretend like I understood the depth of that video. So everybody immediately, like, as soon as the video came out, is like, Donald Glover is a genius. I was like, oh.
Big words.
Okay, well, and I love Donald Glover.
Right, so like we fuck with Atlanta and all that.
I love Donald Glover. I've always loved Troy Barnes. Community is probably like my second favorite show behind Golden Girls. So I've been a Donald Glover fan. I'm saying for that video specifically, I was just kind of like, don't understand why your black ass is shooting other black people. I guess, like, sure, whatever. Like, I just
That's
like
what I said. This is not for us. A black man gunning down a black choir. I was like, what?
Why are we?
Why?
I didn't understand.
I don't need to see this video ever. Anyway, sorry.
So, okay. This is not about the video itself. This is about, so a lot of y'all, don't get me wrong, I know I did hear a lot of fellow blacks saying, this is not for me. Like, I know I heard a lot of y'all saying that too. Sis, get it. A lot of people seemed to change the people who like loved it or whatever, or feel like Donald Glover is now one of the African-American spokesperson or spokespeople or whatever for the country. They felt like this disappointment when they found out that Donald Glover has a white woman at home with 2 mixed race children.
Oh,
I didn't know that Donald Glover had a lady in his life, much less a baby, much less 2.
Me either.
Like, I gagged. But not because she was white. Honestly, when I saw that she was a white woman, I was like, okay, I can see that. You know? This is just kind of, I feel like it kind of like frustrates me a bit when like Black people start to question like the validity of a lot of the things that Black people create when they find out that they have a white spouse. And like, I get it. You know, but I would rather like say, you know, fuck out of here with Atlanta and all of this Black shit you're trying to make when Donald Glover says something like anti-Black, or Donald Glover's wife says something anti-Black.
Or anti-Black woman.
Right. You know, like,
yeah.
I'm just not... Just because you are married to or in a relationship with a white person, I don't see how that can invalidate like the things that you're making from as a form of Black expression. You know what I'm saying? Like Donald Glover, I'm not even going to use this. I'm not going to continue to use him as an example because this is not in defense of Donald Glover. You know, like I wouldn't be crazy shocked if next week Donald Glover says something crazy. Not because I think Donald Glover is crazy or ignorant, but just because nobody surprises me anymore. Like none of these motherfuckers shock. Really?
All of y'all.
I'm keeping it to myself. The people who break my heart, Blues Mama, Solange, Barack and Michelle.
Right. It's a short list.
It's like,
It's a very short list.
other than that, I would probably be a little hurt, a little disappointed, but I'm moving right on along with my things. So this isn't to say like y'all leave Donald Glover alone. Honestly, y'all can feel however the fuck you want to. But they're like, I just don't understand how you would immediately jump to being like, well, fuck this, and you're not even real, and you don't even really care about Black people because you didn't care enough to get with another Black person. And like, I understand that sentiment is, again, if you ever in your life see me walking hand in hand with a Caucasian man.
Wow. I'll be checking.
Feel free to ask me questions. You
I'll
know,
be
like
checking the sky to see if blood is dripping down from that bitch because I would just be shocked.
I would be concerned for me as well. Like, is everything going like...
Are you feeling okay? Because
Did the Kardashians mail him whatever they've been given?
no.
Is it like an anthrax or like... What happened?
God bless it.
It's either I have lost every fiber of my mind or he checks out. Like, that nigga is every box. He is great. You know what I'm saying? But that is because I grew up in a Black-ass household with Caribbean immigrants. You know what I'm saying? And most of the schools that I went to were quite Black. If not, I was hanging around mostly Black people. My friends have been Black. Every guy I've dated has been Black. Mm-hmm. Like, I grew up in a neighborhood that was quite Black, mixed with Cuban and stuff like that. Like, both of my younger brothers went to magnet schools, especially for high school, where most of those kids were white or white Latino. So, of course, tons of their friends, if not... well, my youngest brother has Black friends, God save him. So, you know, but it's not like, that's why when my brother had a white girlfriend, I wasn't shocked. Because it's just like, you spend most of your personal time, recreational time, around white folk. Like, it just makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, that's your environment or whatever.
Up?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh, damn. It's too bad.
I tried to act like I was concerned.
Secretly, like,
He didn't seem hurt behind it. He was like, oh, that's over.
Well,
I was like,
all right. Cool.
But you know, here's the thing. Like, I don't date for y'all. You know, like, I don't choose who I'm dating for the greater good of the community. You know, I'm like, that's a personal preference for me, you know? And really, I don't even have anything, you know, in me that's like, well, I need to date a brother because this and that and the third and the fourth and the fifth. Good percentage of you niggas ain't shit either. Like
say that shit.
And half of y'all really don't even deserve the caping that you get from me or any form of a woman. You know, so
say that.
Many of y'all, especially straight Black men, are not even really making it super good or easy to cape for you out here. And Black women still do. You know what it is? But I cannot imagine, like, if Ryan Phillippe walked in this door right now and got down on his Caucasian knee and said, Kid Fury, for the rest of my life, I want us to be together, husband and husband. It's going to be it's going to happen, sis. It is going to be what it is. I'm spending the rest of my life with a nigga from Cruel Intentions, and you can be livid. I would expect you to be livid, and you can write each and every think piece that you want to about it. It is not going to change anything I have ever said about black people or white people. It's not going to invalidate anything that I've said on this fucking show about race. Like, are you going to now start to pretend like you disagree with the things that I've said all of a sudden? Like, does not compute, subject not with nigga. Like, I don't...
Subject not with nigga.
Like, there are examples. There are examples of, like, celebrity interracial couples, or, you know, this person being with that person who ain't shit or whatever, who make motherfuckers look crazy and stuff like that. But I just think as soon as you find out that this person, like, I have friends, you know what I'm saying, that are in interracial relationships or marriages and stuff like that. And I will see people say nasty stuff to them when they don't even know anything about them. And half of them are like the blackest, wokest, coolest motherfuckers ever. So, like...
Makes me think about Francesca and her husband.
Thank you.
Perfect example.
Thank you.
People act like that. But Francesca's also not anti-black and over here talking about how she had to get herself a white king because black men are all trash. Like, it's complicated, but, like, just being with a white person in and of itself doesn't mean you don't ride for black people or for blackness.
I'm not saying don't have your feelings or don't have sense or, you know, keep your eyes closed. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that, like, why... I've said on here before, give niggas the opportunity to fuck up, you know, because many of them will.
Right.
You know, and then you can be pissed and marched and such can be canceled. But, like, to me, that whole thing with Donald Glover was already confusing because I was watching that video, like... I see that this video was attempting to say something and I enjoy the song or whatever, but I didn't watch that video and feel like I just feel understood and spoken for.
Oh,
and
no.
I would just be,
I sure didn't.
And I don't even feel that way about Atlanta. Atlanta is a black ass show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It is a very black show.
Right.
But it's not like...
It's not my black experience. We're different. All of us.
And I feel like even on that show, that is a thing. Like... Ern's black is not Al's black, is not Van's black.
Right.
Like, it's just black expression. It would almost be, like, crazy if you, as a black person who is now writing and producing things, were to act like you would have to write things from the black experience. Because, nigga, you black. It don't matter who you married to. You still go and Get Out. When homeboy got pulled over.
Oh, right.
And sis from Girls was like, oh, what is the problem? He wasn't even doing... And it's like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Who is on your arm, who has your babies or whatever. You still are going to be forced to live the black experience in this country, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. So I just think it is kind of like extra a lot of times for us to immediately jump through hoops and like attack people or act like the things that you have created from the black expression don't matter or they're invalid because this person is white or whatever, or the person that you're with is white. Like, wait for that nigga to say something dumb or crazy or whatever for you to then drag him. To me. Mm-hmm. I would be like, okay, does she have an Instagram? I'm going to be watching closely because you ain't finna get my money and support and all of this stuff. And meanwhile, you don't give a fuck about us.
Right.
But I personally, have not seen like evidence from the black stars that I stand for or black stars who create things that I enjoy. I cannot think of any of them who are in interracial relationships who are acting a fool or saying problematic shit. Like, I just...
Right.
You know?
I think I saw a couple people be like, Donald Glover used to say such and such, something about Asian women being better than black. I don't know. I have never watched his stand-up, so...
I watched, like, half of one of his stand-up was never for me. I only liked him in Community, and I like some of the stuff he did for 30 Rock. And obviously, I stand for Atlanta, and I love most of... I've never had a thing for saying Childish Gambino. Like, I just hate that.
Right. Childish Gambino.
But I've, like, really fucked with his music for years, too. So, like,
yeah,
if he ends up doing something that is, like, fucked up or whatever, like, I'm completely open to being like, all right, girl, bye.
Right.
That'll happen, and it wouldn't be the first time that I had to tell a nigga bye for saying some problematic white supremacist, stupid-ass Trump MAGA shit. It happens.
So true.
It happens.
Kanye's black ass.
So, I just feel like, I get it. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, and I'm black, and I'm black. I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? But some people, I feel like, just be doing the absolute most a little too soon. And sometimes it is, like, uncalled for, and it's a tad unnecessary.
Well, welcome to the internet, really.
I mean, well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
it's just the nature of the internet, right? Sometimes, like, dog, are we getting preemptively mad? Like, are we mad for? I don't give a damn what race your spouse is, as long as you're not shitting on black girls. I don't give a fuck who you marry. You can take that to the bank. I don't give one fuck who you are with, as long as you don't turn around talking about, I had to get me a white queen because these bitter black bitches with they weave and they ghetto fingernails are not good enough. And like, don't. That's where you lose me. But you having a white woman.
That's your business.
I don't give a fuck, because I probably didn't want you no damn way. This is also that. Now, if Trevante Rhodes marries a white woman, I might be in my feelings.
I'm definitely going to be in my feelings.
Because I love the way I feel about Trevante.
First of all, I cannot have Trevante Rhodes, so I'm already broken inside.
Yeah, kind of upset about it.
But I get it. There's just there's a power and a warmth in seeing black love, especially when it's two influential people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get it. I've been watching that fucking Black Love show on OWN.
Oh, right.
Which is so good. All of my feelings and laughing and giggling and at these
I need to catch up on that.
It's so good, and it's it's honest and beautiful, and it's just nice to watch. I understand that feeling, which is why we stand so hard for Lena Waithe. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that she has this blackity black woman that they never stop talking about each other.
I love it so much.
Especially being a queer couple that is, and there are two other women on that show. Of course, there were no gay niggas on there because we have our own set of circumstances.
Because gay, famous black niggas, what happens? Y'all just be like, other black boys? No thanks.
I don't know.
What is that about?
I don't know. I don't.
I'll leave that alone.
I just understand the power and
yeah, we want to see black love, but people have their own lives and they're not obligated to give us that.
Right.
So
that's it.
Yeah.
I would never date anybody to make y'all happy. That would be stupid.
There you go. That's really...
That nigga probably ain't even gonna make me happy.
First of all, where I'm gonna find somebody that makes me happy of any race?
Right.
Find that diamond in the rough.
I don't know.
That's already not finna happen.
What the fuck to tell y'all?
Right.
So that's that. It's not really a read. It's just a concern of mine, and I understand where it comes from. But sometimes, especially I'm so glad that you brought Francesca up, because it's she's I feel like the last person whose throat you should be jumping down.
And yet they do. I don't know if it's as bad as it used to be, but the girls, especially I follow Francesca on Tumblr, and they have been mad over this white husband-boyfriend thing for a long time.
They mad at Tumblr, Twitter, wherever the fuck they can find her.
She told me, don't ever post whoever you dating. I don't even know if I should have put Pat on YouTube and all that I did, because people just feel welcome to comment on your relationship.
Absolutely.
And all that.
I said that.
It doesn't change the work that she's doing. And speaking of Francesca, her book just came out, so make sure you go get it.
Well, that escalated quickly. It's out now.
I love the title so much.
I have 6 copies.
I have 3, so I thought I was doing a lot, but clearly you're doing more.
I pre-ordered 5.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, she gave me one.
Right. And then one popped up in the mail, and I was like, well, I will take that as well, friend. I bought the digital and a hard copy, so shout out to our friend with her book out. Yeah, I see you, bad bitch.
Also, in the vein of black love on OWN, I wanted to say, this is super random, but I wanted to shout out the Ellis family, the Val and Condine. I followed them, I don't even know, maybe my Explore page introduced me to them, but they're this black couple in Brooklyn, and they have 3 young boys together. I think the oldest is maybe 7. I think Cairo is a little over 1, and then they have a baby that's just a couple of months old.
Oh, wow. So they just pushing them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also Caribbean. So
nice.
This is what we do. They're so cute. They're super funny. The kids are all fucking adorable and have the biggest personalities and stuff. They're honestly they need to have a semi-scripted, like, reality series, like a Run's House.
Okay, I see what you mean.
I would love to see a show with them in Brooklyn. These two young, attractive black folk and their adorable kids raising them, and the kids crying and demanding higher pay
shit,
and
right.
everything like. They're hilarious. So if you don't follow them, you should. They're on Black Owned Together, and they've been cracking me up for like quite a while. So it was nice to see them, and everybody else who was on that show. It's been putting me in my feelings, but I'm happy that y'all have love.
Right. That's so. I don't mind other people's love. What I do not like to see is other people's PDA. I do not like to hear you kiss or watch you kiss.
I don't mind seeing you kiss. I don't want to hear it. I feel like
when I can hear a kiss, I mute the TV.
That's too much.
So gross. Ugh. But
the TV, sis. Like, you don't even. I'm talking about in person.
Oh.
Like when I'm on the train.
Just don't do that in front of me.
I took the train the other day.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah, I took the train home. Yeah, like just being out at like, I don't know, Cheesecake Factory and somebody is like sitting in a booth, but they both on the same side and they're just kissing for 15 minutes straight. I'm like, well, why don't you just go home? You could get this to go.
I'm gonna move so I don't see that because I just don't want to see it. That's gonna ruin. I came here for pasta and cheesecake. I did not come here to watch you and your man
facts
suck each
and
other's
Buffalo
lips off.
Blast.
I came here for them little fried. What is them little wonton thing? Wait,
am I
thinking of the rice? Is that the rice?
No,
spot?
you're thinking the right. You're definitely the
what
right
are
restaurant.
Those? It's like, I don't know.
Are they avocado rolls?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of. I don't care what you niggas say about Cheesecake Factory. I will go there and fuck it up. So.
Thank you for letting us reminding us constantly that they are the brown bread place.
Cannot ever forget the brown bread. So, yeah, I'm just not
Olive
here
Garden
for
does
that.
not have multiracial bread, I hear, but
love itself is great. I'm so happy some of you have found it.
We are dark and also maybe not the kindest people, so
Facts.
this is why I haven't been late all year. But I'm,
we're just gonna keep on focusing on the cinnamon girls.
Absolutely.
That's
if I can approach my mid-30s and just meet someone and be like, you may stay the night. I feel like I'm making progress.
It is.
If I get to 35 and have yet to meet a nigga who I feel like, you know what, you can stay, then I know that love's not for me and I will just continue to work and hopefully get wealthy one day so I can just buy boyfriends.
Well, 35 is pretty young. Look at how happy Miss Tina is now, giggling on Instagram with her man in Paris. Did you see that video where he told her she was country as fuck? She was gonna fuck it up anyway.
I stand for Miss Tina's Instagram
I love them.
page.
Oh my God. Okay, if I unfollow everybody else, I will not unfollow.
It's never gonna happen.
If she ever turns off her comments to where only people she follows can comment or something, I'll be devastated because I need to be able to,
I stand for
to tell her
everything
how
she
much
does.
I love her.
Corny joke time. I'm like, yes. And Beyonce's response is the absolute opposite.
Right. Beyonce is like, can you please log off?
Nobody.
Are you?
But they're funny.
Right, they are.
And they're only funny because it's her.
I love her so much. She's everything.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, so I only have a few quick, minor, petty things. These are maybe too petty, actually. I'm sure y'all will let me know if I'm doing too much. But all week long, I have felt like very irritated with different companies. And so I've been arguing with them over email. And I feel like they are not understanding where I'm coming from. And so I just have to continue to argue, but they're still not reading the words I wrote. So in Miami, I don't remember what night it was, but we were going back to the condo. We were ultra drunk, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, we took a Lyft back to the condo. And the next day, I got an email from Lyft that said, we got some concerning feedback from a driver saying that you had an open container of alcohol during your recent Lyft ride. This is a violation of guidelines. We don't want anything legal to happen, so please don't do this.
How long have they been driving in Miami?
Well, so first of all, I knew I was fucked up. Like, I'm not fucked up. I knew I was drunk. But I also knew I definitely did not have no drink in the car because everybody in Miami is like ultra crazy about you not taking drinks nowhere. Like they are all like every place we went to was like, this cup, this drink, whatever. Like don't take that on the beach. Don't do this. Don't do
and
this.
you
blah, blah,
literally
blah.
still can.
Right, I'm sure you can. But like the 5 of us who were in the car, it was like 3 or 4 a.m. I knew I didn't have a cup. I asked everybody else in the car, did they have a cup of alcohol? Everybody said no. I asked anybody, did the driver say something to you about a cup? Like, where did this come from, this open container of alcohol situation? Nobody knew. So I emailed them back, and this young man named Chris, and I said, well, I didn't have an open container of alcohol in a Lyft vehicle. Neither did any of my friends. I don't appreciate you coming to me as though I did this. Like, that was my issue. Don't come to me with, the next time you do something like this, we're going to have to suspend your account, or you're going to be in trouble, or we're going to have to avoid legal repercussions and all this, because I don't understand why you're going off the assumption that I automatically did it. Like, don't. So I told him, if I'm wrong about this and one of these hoes is lying, please show me the proof. I would love to see it. But I use Lyft damn near every day, and I cannot believe y'all are coming at me, a loyal, valued customer like this, over and over for no good reason.
Right.
And so we went back and forth, where the Lyft people were like, they always say, thank you for taking the time to respond and providing your feedback. Safety is very serious to us. Having an open container in a vehicle is a liability concern for you and the driver. So then I'm emailing another person, because of course it's different people answering these emails every time. And I'm like, what you don't seem to understand that I'm saying is that I did not have an open container of alcohol in the vehicle.
Why aren't we starting there?
I'm in my mid-30s. I know what's legal and what's not. And I just did not do this. So why do you keep coming at me like you're assuming? Why did this keep happening? I said, what, is there any proof at all that this happened, or are y'all just taking the driver's word for it? Oh, well, there's no proof. This is just the feedback we got, so we're passing it on to you. Okay, so then what y'all need to learn how to do is pass it along and say, hey, this is what the driver said. We would love to know what your side of the story is, or did this really happen? Like, can you provide some context? Like, it just really got on my nerves that they assumed that I was guilty of this, and they kept emailing me and arguing with me about it. So I just emailed them back and told them I'm never using your raggedy ass service again, and I've deleted your app off my phones because I don't appreciate being talked to like I did something wrong. Like, I just don't appreciate it. Not when there's other ride-sharing apps out here and I can download another one and call a car from somebody else. Like, I don't have to give you my money. And so I felt like the whole time I was arguing with these people, I was like, you know what, girl, you could really let this go. Like, I'm sure this is their policy, but then the policy needs to change. Don't assume that I'm guilty when I didn't do it. Like, it just really irks me for people to do shit like that. So I let it go. I woosah'd. All I have to do is delete the apps anyway. Like, I can just use another ride-sharing service. No big deal. So something that has been getting on my nerves, also very petty, is Grubhub.
Oof.
Because, I don't know if you've noticed this, Grubhub, when you order on the website or the app, when they calculate, you know how at the checkout page they have a little spot for tips and they have like 15, 20, whatever? They calculate the tip percentage based off the order total and not the order subtotal. Yes, I feel like most people don't notice this.
I feel
like most people don't look twice.
They always done this?
Yes, yes, as far as I know, they have the entire order total calculated, which includes any taxes, any delivery fees, anything else that is not your food, and then they calculate the tip on top of that. Now, sometimes that might just be a difference of like 25 or 50 cents. But if you order in a lot of food, that could be a difference of $5 or more, something like that. So I always have to go in, take my subtotal, then calculate 20% of that, and then adjust the tip. What makes me mad is that the little icon, this is so petty, but the little icon on the Grubhub website, it changes what your tip percentage is. So instead of saying I tip 20%, it says 18%. And it makes me so mad because I'm not tipping 18%, I'm tipping 20%. And so I emailed Grubhub because they had a little section on their app. I was like, I'm just going to go full white woman.
Yeah.
They had a little section that said comments, concerns, da-da-da. So I emailed them and I said, hey, girl, just thought you should know that your app calculates the tip percentages, the suggested tip percentages off of the order total and not the subtotal. You guys might want to adjust that. Thanks so much. First person emailed me back and said, sorry to hear that you're having trouble with the app. Log out and log back in. So I said, hey, Brianna, not having trouble with your app, just saying that your pre-calculated tip percentages are based off the total instead of the subtotal. Taxes and fees are not supposed to be tipped on, just passing along the message. Thought that would be the end of it. Got another email from somebody named Seth who said, sorry for the inconvenience. In the app, you are able to select a custom tip if you do not wish to use our pre-calculated tip percentage. Again, Seth, I feel like you're not understanding what I'm saying here.
He's not.
It's not I know that I can adjust the tip. I have been adjusting the tip. What I'm saying is that you niggas are calculating it wrong. So why don't you just change it so that the tip is based off of the subtotal instead of the total? I don't get that. So I emailed him back and I said, so what you're telling me is that Grubhub is fully aware of this and this is a deliberate decision. Okay, copy. Got you. They emailed me back again. Andre said, thank you for taking the time to contact us. We apologize that our system defaulted back to 20% instead of the custom tip you requested for your order. I will send this issue over to tech. Andre, you are the third person. I'm just going to tell you what I told Andre. I am not saying that your system defaulted back to 20%. I am saying that your system calculates tip percentages based off total instead of subtotal. So when I manually change it, the receipt shows up and it looks like I am under tipping when I am not under tipping. This is my thing. My father was a waiter in college and he raised us to be like, you never tip less than 20%. 20% is a bare minimum, blah, blah, blah. So it has been like ingrained in me from a young age. So to see that little icon say 18% instead of 20% really grinds my gears. I fucking hate it because I'm tipping 20%.
Right.
I am. Y'all are calculating it wrong. So either take away that little percentage thing so you're not, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to shame you. Yeah. They're trying to be like, oh, wow, look at this cheap bitch. But that's not what I'm doing. You're charging me for the tax and the $2 delivery fee and all that, and it's not how this works. So I told this man, I understand now that this is a deliberate decision made by Grubhub. I don't get why, but tips are based on subtotals. They should not be calculated after taxes. I am capable of calculating the correct tip. I have been doing it, but your system makes me look cheap. Ain't nobody email me back after that. So I don't think Grubhub cares. Yeah. But it makes me it was like so annoying to me to have to go back and forth with these people about it when I'm like, how come, first of all, nobody understands the words that I'm using?
Right.
The first young lady literally told me to log out and log back in. Okay,
Bitch.
that's not what's... So no one's sitting down and read. I just need y'all to sit down and read every word of my email and respond.
Really, sit on them. And
right. And so if you're going to say, this Grubhub's policy is to calculate the tip based off the order total, just say that. Say that. So I won't be sitting here going back and forth with y'all about it. It just really got on my fucking nerves. I'm like, really, with both of these situations, I could have let it go. It didn't have to be a thing, but I didn't want to let it go.
I feel that's fair.
I've let things go a lot because I used to work in customer service.
Same.
So I know what it's like to get that one person on the phone or in your email who is bitching about something where you're like, girl, really? You don't have nothing else going on. But God damn it, it adds up. Especially with the Grubhub thing. Now, Lyft, I probably should have let that go. Like, that probably is a liability.
I wouldn't have let that shit go either.
But it got on my nerves that they assumed I was guilty of that shit. And Grubhub, like, girl, that's money you playing with. Like, and I feel like a lot of people don't even realize it. They just automatically click that 20 and they go right on about their day, not realizing that they overtipping. So if you are going to overtip, at least take away the little lion-ass icon thing that says I am tipping 18% when we both know good and damn well I am not. That's all I'm saying about it. My final fuck you goes out to the NFL. I don't know if you heard about this. I know football's not your thing. But, of course, you remember the whole Colin Kaepernick kneeling protest situation. Well, the NFL decided to respond to that.
I did hear this.
In the worst way.
Yeah.
And said that all team and league personnel on the field will stand and show respect for the flag and the anthem. Trash. They've removed the requirement that all players have to be on the field. So you have the option of not coming out on the field. You may stay in the locker room or off the field, but if you are on the field, you must stand and you must be respectful. So I'm assuming that means you can't stand and dab your way through the anthem or whatever. But also that any football team that does not comply with this, like if your players do kneel or anything else, will be fined by the NFL for not abiding by this absolutely, utterly ridiculous policy. Bitch, the national anthem, it's not even... I feel like we say this all the time, and it's just proof that the powers that be are not listening. The protest is not about the fucking anthem. It's not about your raggedy-ass flag. It's about the way you treat black. It's in a response to what black people in this country have been dealing with at the hands of police officers. Like, it's in direct response to, like, terrorism that black Americans face. And y'all are over here trying to make it seem like it's an issue of being unpatriotic and anything else. Like, girl, we don't give a fuck about all that. We're just saying, how about somebody give a fuck about what's happening to us? Like, How about I'm protesting because this country, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm going to pledge allegiance to this country or this fucking flag. I'm not going to do that for somebody who doesn't give a fuck about us. And this just really should be a non-issue, but the NFL is so like dead set on making Donald Trump happy because you know how he feels. He calls football players sons of bitches last year. When this conversation came up, and it's about making them fucking rednecks and flyover country happy. What I feel like is that the NFL don't want me to watch their games no more. I'm really feeling that way. I'm feeling like y'all really just don't want me to be a fan. I already dropped off last season. I didn't watch as much as I did, but I'm feeling like this season I'm feeling completely demotivated about the National Football League. It's just trash. Like, why do you have a stronger policy about kneeling or respecting the national anthem than you do for players who beat their wives? Why?
That question is too sensible. We don't like it.
I don't get that. Somebody can explain that to me because that makes zero sense to me. That's really more important to y'all. This fucking flag bullshit.
NFL players literally get caught on cameras and shit beating their wives, assaulting women, and the NFL protects them.
They be like, so can you suit up and make practice next week? Yes, okay, great. Like, they really are making a bigger deal over this fake patriotic bullshit than niggas beating their wives.
It's like, why do you, like, who the fuck cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you kneeling in protest during the national anthem at the game, like, I don't even know. It just feels so like Jim Crow and slavery to be like, you show respect for our old raggedy ass song that really didn't get lit until Whitney Houston sang it. Like,
that's really what they say. Like, they expect your black ass to fall in line and be grateful. They really say shit like you should just be grateful that you have the chance to, I don't know, come out here and ruin your body, develop CTE, possibly.
And we ain't gonna talk about that either.
I mean, you're right. We're not gonna talk about that, but like,
it's like they're paid slaves.
You should be so happy that you get to come out here and like beat yourself the fuck up, and then we demand that you act in a way we find acceptable. Bitch, fuck you.
You get money and you're rich.
Child.
How dare you care about people?
So I really hope that some of y'all, some of these football players go out there and say, fuck your little rule.
Yeah, I fully expect and hope to see many football players do, so we could just stay in here? All right, cool. Let me know when games start or whatever. Like, because that is fully what I would be doing.
And I know the owner of the Jets put out a statement saying, well, if we're fine, then I'll pay it. Like,
lit.
That's just going to be it. But I don't understand why y'all feel like you have the right to just... what is wrong with these white people?
Like, you are allowed to protest in America. Like, you're allowed to. Right. It's right there in the papers. You know, like, it's you are allowed to do that. So I do not see how, like, football player, from Colin Kaepernick to every other athlete who has done the same thing, how that is met with, like, oh, you need to show respect and how dare you and you will do this or you're going to pay for it. Rather than like, damn, so like what's going on? Like, let's talk about why you're doing this.
Right. No. That's irrelevant. Just get your black ass up and go play that damn ball.
Some of you athletes, get your white wives to come out on the field and kneel. They listen to white women sometimes.
Nah, that would really be fucking some shit up. I would actually love to see that.
Get your white wives to come kneel.
But yeah, man, fuck the NFL. Just fuck them. And also fuck the Warriors, fuck Kevin Durant, but that's in perpetuity. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I'm done. That wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out on social at This Is The Read and our website, thisistheread.com.
I've been playing NBA Playgrounds on my Switch again lately.
Never heard of it.
It's like a basketball game, but it's like not real basketball. It reminds me of like old games I played as a child, like NBA Jam and NBA Street. There was an NBA game on the PlayStation 2 called NBA Street. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 or which one it was, but all I know is that like bonus characters were 3LW.
What?
Google it. You could play as 3LW.
What?
I have no idea why they were in the game, but I'm not making this up. I think you could like...
What the hell?
It's just, I don't remember which one it is.
I'm definitely going to look that up.
But 3LW was in the game wearing like velour suits, like skirted, like juicy suits.
Oh, no.
It was a fool. But
the early 2000s were a mess.
Much fun. Anyway, I've been playing that again lately, and they're like actual NBA athletes and stuff in there. So I'm like, look, I know things. Like, apparently Shaquille O'Neal played for every team.
He bounced around.
In the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, he did. Definitely did.
Because they have athletes and their stats are all the same or whatever. But if you, like, for instance, if you want to play as LeBron, you could go to, like, Miami or you could go to Cleveland or wherever and have him play in that jersey.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if your fave is Cavaliers LeBron, you can play as that. So you have, like, every team that a lot of these niggas play on. I go to all of these teams really just because I want to see who's who. And, like, oh, never heard of or see if I, like, recognize some of them, which I recognized a few.
Look at you.
But in that whole process, I'm like, damn, Shaq,
So
nigga,
proud.
who didn't you play for? That's why Shawty is so ornery, nigga. She done had to fly all around the fucking planet.
Oh, I hope she didn't. Fuck these niggas.
Just going all around the country following this nigga.
Oh, and I bet she felt like she needed to because otherwise that nigga was gonna cheat. But you know,
did anyway.
Niggas do that anyway.
Yeah.
So, we will be at the Teen Vogue Summit here in New York City. That is June 1st through the 3rd. It is a 3-day event with lots of keynotes, workshops, debates on issues that matter, and opportunities to take action. And there is a discount for the Read listeners. You can get that at shop.teenvogue.com. Use discount code The Read for 50% off. That is all Memorial Day weekend. So if you would like to come check us out at the Teen Vogue Summit, again, shop.teenvogue.com using discount code The Read. Yeah. We'll be there.
I don't think that I have any more.
You definitely do. I'm looking at the text message from Alex right now.
Okay.
You see it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hey, guys. So, the weather seems... Actually, I'm not even going to jinx it. And it's technically 66 degrees right now, but whatever. It's approaching, you know, the time where New York City weather makes a little bit more sense. So on that note, 305 Live is a thing again. I think this is the 5th year.
Damn.
Or was last year the 5th year?
Wow.
I can't count. I don't know. But we do this, and it's a fucking great time. I'm so excited. It's going to be going down June 24th. That's a Sunday. I believe it's also Pride Weekend from 2 to 6 at Haven Rooftop, which is where we had the party, not last year, but before, the year before. So if you went to 305 Live in 2016 or whatever year that was, that place, super excited. DJ Queen of Spades is going to be DJing, I believe DJ Dimples, my hometown hero and Sweet Heat founder, as well as Bait, which I believe is the same weekend for girls here in New York, is going to be going down that week. She does Atlanta, Queendom, if you're there. I believe that's Labor Day. You know, she's a legend. So you can go to fury305.com. That is with one R. I know some of y'all still struggle. FURY305.com. Tickets and packages go on sale Friday at noon Eastern time.
Okay, packages, what you doing? You got bottle service?
No, I think that they have bottle service there. I definitely think they have bottle service there, but you can also like order, I think, like meals and stuff. Because I remember when we had the party there year before last, there was like seating on one side and niggas were actually over there eating full meals. I was like, all right. This is nice.
Okay, a little, like some chicken wings to go with your liquor? Because that sounds perfect, actually.
I won't turn down a good wing.
Right. No. What? Let me go ahead and put an order in now. So
yes, come out, party with us, 305 Live. I'm so excited. You don't want to miss it. June 24th. Be there or be square or be rhombus. This
has been a longer episode. Hope you guys aren't so upset with us anymore because we weren't here last week. Shit happens. You know, it's life, so.
I imagine that all of you are okay.
I appreciate how much y'all love this show. I really do. I appreciate it.
Grateful you
because y'all were very much in your feelings about it. So thank you so much.
Which is why I turned off my comments and didn't use Twitter.
Thank you so much for riding with us. Do we have an acronym this week?
My acronym this week. You know what? I'm not even going to say an acronym this week. I will end on the note of fuck all you clout chasing ass, hungry, thirsty ass hoes. Get a real job or a real life or do something worthwhile. I see all you bitches trying to be like super lit on Instagram and act like you have lives that you don't. It makes me sad. I want more for you, and you should want more for yourself. Stay prayed up. Actually work, read a couple of books, set up some like ideas and projects and like a trajectory in your mind.
Yeah.
Maybe in a composition book and like really work at it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just take pictures with celebrities because you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who works the door at whatever club and then go in there and then act like you're actually doing something worthwhile and then feel like you can put NY/DC/LA/ATL in your bio and that means something.
Emoji.
Like, stop. It's strange. And there's got to be a Black Mirror episode that's coming based on it. So just don't do that to yourself. And that's it.
All right. On that uplifting note, we will see y'all next week.